Hello, and welcome back once again to Doomed. Not so solo playthroughs through Arkham Horror the card game with a focus on roleplay and storytelling. And of course, as I often am, not so solo here means that I'm joined by a very special guest. That special guest today is the Crosshair.
Guten Tag.
Oh, hello. Oh, goodness. Was that... I'm not up on all my world languages, but was that German?
I think so.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure.
I mean, it was something, that's for sure. No, that sounds about right.
Something. Yes, hello.
Hello. Welcome. I'm excited. Ready to continue. Did we skip a week last week? Was that me? I can't remember now.
Yeah, we
did, right?
skipped a week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sometimes wish I could stream more often through the week, and maybe that will change, so that we have a chance to really get going with this campaign and kind of get the ball rolling and all that. But we're here, we're playing, we're excited. I'm excited. That's what I want to say.
To die.
Yes, time to die. We've got RJ Cody. Welcome, RJ Cody. Welcome to Doomed. I am joined, as I often am, by the Crosshair.
Hello.
So, today on Doomed, we are continuing the fan-made campaign Beyond Betrayal? That's the ticket. Betrayal at the Mountains of Madness, based on the novella of the same name by H.P. Lovecraft. Dexter Drake, veteran of the Great War and now turned stage magician and occultist. Sorry, it sounds so funny when I put it like that. Is joined by his benefactor, Jenny Barnes. Rich, powerful, gun-toting Jenny Barnes.
The dilettante.
The dilettante, exactly. Weirdness is asking an excellent question. How do I know that I'm the real Scott and not just something that's taken my place and likeness? It's hard to know. Basically, if the chaos token polls are good, you know that something's happened to me. That's what I'm going to say about that.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah. I think we should dive in, Crosshair, because I know we have an interlude to read, plus the intro, plus the actual scenario, but I am pretty jazzed. I'll do a quick recap, and then we'll jump in and see what we're looking at today. And you can tell me if I missed anything. Dexter Drake and Jenny Barnes were attending a seminar on the occult being given by Dr. Henry Armitage of Miskatonic University. Ellie Spot, hello! Well, and I didn't even say hello to Weirdness. Welcome to Doomed. I'm joined today by the Crosshair.
Hello.
Hello. Right, so, yes, I'm just going to quick recap. Last week on Doomed, Dexter Drake, Jenny Barnes went to a lecture given by Dr. Henry Armitage about the occult. While they were there, they were surrounded by men, thugs with guns. They beat a hasty retreat to the Boston subway system and ran along it, collecting academics as they went, many of whom were abducted, some of whom made it out safely, all the while being pursued by a train of flesh. It's a horrible monster that there was nothing to be done. But they got out safely. And once outside, met Professor William Dyer, a archaeologist who had ventured to Antarctica and returned. I think I kind of caught everything.
Yep, pretty much.
About it, eh? Okay. So as a reminder, we earned experience last scenario. We've spent it to upgrade our decks. We were each also given a chance to take along one of the survivors, with, for benefit, but also for role-playing experiences. And so we have done that setup. We're going to read Interlude 1, and then Scenario 2. Crosshair, is there anything I need to say before we jump in and have a look at it?
Enjoy the ride.
I always do. All right, let's jump in here. Interlude 1, Rendezvous in Argentina. Ooh, we're heading for Argentina, Dyer tells you, looking over the handrail at the passing coast. If I've calculated the dates correctly, there we'll meet up with an expedition who are scheduled to collect supplies on their way to the Weddell Sea. I've already made contact, and I'm sure they'll welcome our involvement. The reason I should mention, he didn't give much of a reason for going to Antarctica, other than the fact that the Star Chamber cult or organization has some sort of connection to it. He hasn't really told us why we're going yet. Oh, perfect. On the way, Dyer gives you what seems to be a heavily abbreviated summary of the situation. In 1931... Oh, perfect. Thanks, Dyer. He was part of Miskatonic University's Pabodie geological expedition to the Antarctic, during which he saw things which resulted in a firm belief that no one should ever explore the continent in detail. You think back to the news stories of the time, when the expedition reported with great excitement absolutely incredible fossil finds, which would certainly trigger a complete revaluation of models of life's evolutionary history on Earth. On his return to the US, however, Dyer publicly denounced earlier reports, stated that his finds had in fact been not nearly as interesting as initially thought. You ask Dyer what it is that he saw. I cannot bear to speak it aloud, even now. I documented it all soon after returning. I'll loan you a copy to read on the journey. I gave it to the university. They dismissed it as the work of a fragile mind shattered by a traumatic experience. Ha! The irony. In 1933, a second Miskatonic expedition led by Professor Moore set out in pursuit of the initially reported discoveries, and in defiance of Dyer's pleas to the contrary. Neither Moore nor his co-leader James Starkweather ever returned. I knew Moore, you know, adds Dyer. He was a student of mine before the war and a colleague afterwards. He helped organize my expedition, although he was unable to participate. And I think he never forgave me for refusing to explain what really happened, not to mention making every effort to cancel his expedition. Of course I was right, though it gave me little comfort. That same year, the Barsmeyer-Falcon expedition out of Germany also visited the Antarctic, and returned after a terrible accident killed nearly 4/5 of the expedition's personnel, including Falcon. Disgraced and ruined, Josef Barsmeyer killed himself in 1934. No one really knows what happened to either expedition. I believe both had access to my report, and while my purpose was to dissuade further investigation, I fear it may well have had the exact opposite effect. And now there is this new threat, this so-called Star Chamber Foundation. I believe them to be nothing more than another cult, unwitting slaves of our alien enemy that lurks in the south. Either my expedition stirred up this evil, or some further foolishness in 33 did. So, we must go there ourselves and try to put a stop to this. I know that you and my erstwhile colleagues have some facility with these matters, but if I'm right, this may well be a threat on a scale you have not yet experienced. I can only hope we, and our allies in Argentina, are enough to meet it. Now, go read my report and get some rest. Dyer's report begins normally enough, telling a mundane tale of Antarctic exploration, but it quickly takes a turn towards the fantastical. He claims to have discovered an ancient, ruined city on the frozen continent, a city over 40 million years old. Supposedly, it was built by extinct alien creatures referred to as Elder Things, and their slave species, these shape-changing Shoggoths. The incredible fossils the expedition had earlier reported on publicly are found to be hibernating Elder Things, who awaken and kill most of the expedition members. Following them to the city, Dyer and his student Danforth encounter the corpses of 4 out of the 8 revived aliens before discovering the still-living Shoggoth that killed them. They flee for their lives, but while escaping by plane, Danforth looks back and sees something beyond the city which leaves him insensible. The investigators are given a ragged, typed manuscript. They may peruse the novella At the Mountains of Madness, which contains the full text. That's fun.
Audio version.
Yeah, and there's the audio version, too. I hasten to add that I will not be reading H.P. Lovecraft's novella live on this stream. Perhaps some bonus content on YouTube. It's... Mr. Lovecraft has a way with words. A long way with words. But very cool stuff, nonetheless.
And also comes to what I was gonna say, that there's a bit of a content warning on this campaign because of the whole Nazi people and the usual Lovecraftian content warnings.
Yeah, you make a good point, Crosshair. I think I know FFG with the quote unquote sort of official campaigns are making every effort to take the themes of the mythos and expand them to sort of be more inclusive and more representative. Like, there's all sorts of investigators you can play now that are much more representative of the kind of people you would find in H.P. Lovecraft stories. But this campaign seems to be a lot closer to the original text. So, yes, yes, content warning. I don't know what we're going to find, but there are both Nazis and probably racism. So we're, we'll see how it goes. Hello,
and we
reading.
do not hold these views and all that.
Oh yes, of course. That's very. It's like on the, it's like on the King's Dilemma, right? Just the things we say may not correspond to how we actually feel about them. 2 new greetings to Reading Aloud and the Emerald. Welcome to Doomed. I'm joined today by the Crosshair.
Hello and hello.
Hello, hello. Yeah. All right. I'm continuing. The rest of the trip to Argentina passes in uneventful, brooding calm. When the ship docks at Buenos Aires, you find the city even more bustling than you expected. 2 obvious reasons for this are clearly visible. The first is a zeppelin, looming over the city and casting its immense shadow. The second is the ship, docked alongside yours. An icebreaker steamship, seemingly brand new, but what stands out about it are the bright red flags that hang from it. Flags that proudly display the icon of Germany's new ruling party, the Nazis. You confront Dyer immediately. There are no other expeditions this year. We don't have the resources to organize one of our own. God damn it, Dyer. I'm sure the Germans have some dark purpose in Antarctica. Doubtless they seek to exploit the very powers I warned of in my report. If that's so, then it seems to me it's better to be well positioned to confront and stop them than to leave them unobstructed. The Germans clearly recognized Dyer from his expedition, and at his recommendation, welcome your party aboard their ship, the Hermann-Werft. They proudly announced that they are the first large-scale expedition founded by the Anerbe. Whoa. Sorry. That word really got away from me. Oh boy, an archaeological society dedicated to the pursuit of evidence of Aryan superiority. Yikes. Also, probably a real thing. The society, to be clear. Exactly what they hope to discover in uncharted Antarctica they are less clear about, but you can't help wondering if their eagerness to welcome Dyer has something to do with it. With the last supplies aboard within a week, you set sail for the Antarctic. So, Dexter and Jenny then, I guess for reasons perhaps of their own, agreed to accompany William Dyer to defeat whatever evil lurks in Antarctica. He figured the best way to go about this was to shack up with and travel with the enemy who hopes to exploit the evil and kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah, and I do believe this happens before the whole war thing and stuff like that, so they weren't evil per se in the common knowledge.
No, for sure. Yeah, this is I think the date was 35, so it's post party coming to power, pre attempted not attempted, like pre start of the Second World War.
Yeah. Pre all of that stuff.
Exactly. Scenario 2, In the Company of Monsters, which I quite like as a title for a scenario, by the way. Herr Schmidt, the expedition leader, gives you a tour of the Hermann-Werft on your first day at sea. It is an impressive ship. The most distinctive feature is the massive mooring mast that rises from the after castle for the convenient docking of the Zeppelin that looms overhead, keeping pace nearby. Your inquiries about visiting the airship are rebuffed. The attempt would be hazardous while at sea, and only to be even attempted in an unimaginable emergency. Oh, fantastic reading. I should listen to that. I feel like that would be really, I feel like I would be big into that. Other than the mooring mast, the ship seems to be something of a hybrid of cargo and passenger ships with an unusually large number of staterooms and an oversized superstructure. Huge loading cranes are tied down to the deck, ready to unload onto the ice upon arrival. Your group has been assigned shared cabins in the after castle with the engineering crews. Poor quarters, but you've slept in worse places. I mean, Dexter has. I honestly don't know if Jenny has.
It'll do.
The ship was built to our exact specifications, explains Herr Schmidt proudly as you walk along the deck in the bright sunlight. We have the latest steam-powered turbo-electric drive, the Ahnenerbe, there we go, anticipates many such expeditions to the forlorn areas of the globe in search of our ancestry and, perhaps, even greater things. But you would know more about that than me, I am sure. Schmidt does not seem to be a man of science, but rather a political figure within the Nazi Party, attached to the Arne. He is approachable, but gives away little or nothing in conversation, instead constantly probing you for information regarding your previous exploits. Dexter tactfully neglects to mention which side he fought on in the Great War. Just keeps that little tidbit to himself.
And Jenny doesn't mention the last ships he was on.
That's fair. I wonder if Dexter even knows about that. That might come up, I imagine. An oversized platoon of soldiers armed with machine pistols and carbine rifles accompanies the expedition. Bringing soldiers to the Antarctic at all, let alone an entire platoon, is highly unusual. They are led by a colonel named Gunther, a dashing hero of the Great War, sporting a pencil mustache and a bellowing laugh. The soldiers guard sensitive areas of the ship, although most of them seem lax so far from Europe, even with foreigners aboard. A dozen scientists of many specialties form the core of the expedition. Most have set themselves up with experimental apparatus of one sort or another to occupy the 6-week voyage. The dominant personality is Herr Dr. Lange, an Anna Elbe ethnologist who seems to spend his time arguing with the others in favor of exploring any pursuits of his own. You also hear of occultist, Frau Voigt, but she must keep mostly to herself. There we go. The 4 massive holds of the ship hold the vehicles and supplies for the expedition. Schmidt explains that even 2 years of food and fuel barely scratches the ship's capacity. On the bridge, you meet the captain, Simon Roth, engaged in heated conversation with a stern-looking officer in a black uniform with a red armband. You've read newspaper stories about the secret police in Germany, and this would seem to be their agent on the expedition. The man turns to regard you with cold eyes. SS Colonel Bauer at your service, he says, not extending a hand. He turns to Schmidt. I was surprised to be informed that we had let a group of foreigners aboard. It should come as no surprise to you that the Reich welcomes any and all assistance from esteemed experts in any field, camarade, replies Schmidt. For are we not all explorers and adventurers on this journey of discovery? The security of the expedition will, I'm sure, be quite fine in your capable hands, Colonel. Which is not to mention the very large number of soldiers we have accompanying us. You're dismissed, camarade. With a click of his heels, Bauer salutes and leaves. I don't speak German. Sicherheitsdienst, I guess, says Schmidt with a dismissive wave. They are trouble. Oh, I see. I doubt they'll last too much longer now that Germany is safely under control. And now I must leave you, for there are matters that require my attention. I do recommend that you keep yourself confined to the aftercastle and superstructure. We are not the SS American, yes? Anything does not go here. Good day. While the stated purpose of the expedition is mapping and exploration, you still suspect other motives. The journey to the Antarctic will take at least 6 weeks, so you have that long to uncover what you can on the ship, if you can avoid being shot first. Showtime! Setup instructions, done. Oh, each investigator begins play at the bridge. Then it also says each location has 3 stages. These locations enter play revealed, and so should have clues immediately placed on them. If a stage location leaves play, the next stage of it enters play and is revealed. Stage locations have story cards on their reverse. Don't read the other side until you're supposed to. The Emerald is reminding us, of course, that today's exciting sports game will be a game of hockey. I suppose it's the Scott Cross Buns have moved, have another division in the Ice Hockey League, and will be competing against, presumably, I don't know, some monsters.
Or DSS.
Yeah, exactly, right. There it is. That makes sense, Aravana. I as I said it, I was like, oh, okay. Okay, right, so we start at the bridge. Sorry, Crosser, go ahead.
Yeah, we are playing against the Wiener Schnitzel.
I love it. So, here's the ship. There's you know, the bridge, the forecastle, there's staterooms, the aftercastle at the back. Then below, there's the holds, the engine room, more holds. All of them have clues. They all seem to have instructions on them as well that says, you know, free trigger, if there are no clues, flip it to do something. And then there all seems to be actions on a bunch of them as well that allow us to get clues in alternate ways, which is kind of fun. And then the
some
SS...
have alternate.
Sorry?
Some have alternate ways and some don't.
Right. So we have to figure that out. And then, yes, of course, the SS Colonel Bauer here, the colonel, is an aloof hunter, but he's starting in the States room, so he is going to pursue us, but he's aloof, so he doesn't attack or engage. While he's ready, investigators cannot discover clues at his location. Parlay test Will 4. If you succeed, exhaust the enemy, move him to any location. So, that's, you know, you convince him to go and look elsewhere while you continue to pry and whatever.
Oh, we start at the bridge.
I think so.
No. Oh, discard a rogue card from your hand. Who might that be?
Seems pretty useful, actually. If there are no clues on this location, flip it to sneak into Herr Schmidt's headquarters and search them. The boat deck and bridge deck of the superstructure contain quarters for the captain and Herr Schmidt, as well as the radio room and the bridge itself. Reading!
Oh.
Zamboni does sound like a form of sausage, honestly. That sounds delicious. But it is, in fact, a large machine used to smooth ice. Which is ridiculous now that I say it.
And said in the right accent, it also might sound like a German platoon name.
Zamboni!
Send in the Zamboni.
Zamboonies. Okay. Oh, we have to read the agenda of the act so that we know what we're doing and what we're up against, right? That's important. Agenda 1A. Clear skies. Oh, that's nice. The expedition is a matter of public record, of course, as is the presence of Professor Dyer. The Germans are proudly proclaiming their progress south via radio transmissions to the whole world. The skies are clear and bright, and the mood aboard ship is positive.
That will change.
Yeah, no, it seems good. I think it's going to be fine. It should be okay. Act 1A, Fathoming It Out. It's about 4 weeks' travel to the Antarctic Circle and another 2 or 3 pushing through the ice to the Filchner ice shelf. You're going to be spending a lot of time on board the ship. You might as well spend it trying to uncover the expedition's objectives. Objective: uncover as much information as you can about the expedition. Another card will instruct you when to advance. So I think, and this is so roguish. I love it. We're here with Professor Dyer, and, you know, we're basically confined to this very large ship for 6 weeks, so we're going to sneak around and try to find all the stuff that they don't want us to know while we're just chilling out, which is great.
I really should have made that Nancy Drew deck that I was talking about.
Oh, for the mystery solving, of course. That would be great. I don't know. Jenny, I mean, I know she's no Nancy Drew, but she does certainly feel like she has some similar elements.
It's actually Jenny Drew. It's the lost mother of Nancy Drew.
Oh, of course it is. Actually, the timing of that does make a lot of sense. She went off to search for her sister.
Yeah.
All right.
In Antarctic.
In the Antarctic, in this case, yeah. Well, you never know. Got to check everywhere, I guess. So I think I think we're all ready to have a look at our opening hand, see what we need to try to do. We're going to try to get clues and uncover secrets from this ship. Crosshair, I'm ready. You ready to draw your opening hand?
Let's get doomed.
Let's get doomed. Okay, this is a weakness, so I put that back right away. Then I'm going to look at what I have, and I'm going to think to myself, no thanks. And I'm going to get rid of 4 of them.
Huh.
Much better.
I'm not quite sure. I like to keep that one. That's a good.
Jenny just muttering to herself in the stateroom. Wait, Jenny, what are you doing?
Okay, cool. Cool.
Just looking at all the shrouds and things. Before we jump in, Crosshair, I'm just kind of curious if you're at all interested in looking at what the various locations, what they're hinting at, like what they might do, to see what we are most interested in doing.
Yeah, I took a cursory glance.
Okay.
Glance.
I'm going to... I won't read all of the flavor text until we go to each location, but I am kind of, for my own benefit, I'm curious here. Bridge 1, right, says if there's no clues, flip it to sneak into Herr Schmidt's quarters. We also start here, so that, maybe it's a good idea. The forecastle says flip it to ask the soldiers what they know about the expedition. Maybe a charismatic person might deal with that. The staterooms, where Colonel Bauer starts, says flip it to talk with the expedition scientists. They would probably know what's going on, probably. Or at least something. The after castle says if there are no clues on this location, flip it to ask Frau Voigt about the expedition. Yes, please. I desperately want to talk to Frau Voigt. And then down here we have the aft holds. Flip it to search the expedition's supplies for anything unusual. Seems good. This one is, if there are no clues on this location, flip it to investigate the engine room. And finally, the fore holds. Examine the expedition vehicles stored in the fore holds. So vehicles, engines, supplies, Frau Voigt, scientists, soldiers, and search Herr Schmidt's room, basically. Lots of stuff. Lots to do.
Basically, this is the rogue spot to be, so I could actually start at the bridge and find out what there is.
Yeah, why don't...
Because
Yeah, I'm happy to do that. I'll probably do some setup before moving on. So I'm very happy to, and then I can try to deal with Colonel Bauer when he arrives. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, because the mystic stuff is at the other end of the ship. So I take this side of the ship, you take that side of the ship. We split up and die.
Perfect, and then we'll meet back in the middle when the rampaging monsters come after us.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much. So in that case, yeah, I say if you want to start, I say go for it, and if not, I'm happy to as well.
That could be good, but I don't need that right now. Yeah, I could go first and see if I can actually get both of those.
Great. Yeah.
Straight up.
I mean, that'd be wonderful.
Oh. Let's just use an action, and ironically, I'm gonna discard small favor to talk to one of the crew members and to get some info out of this place.
Yeah, no, of course, to figure out which one is Herr Schmidt's quarters, so that then we can sneak into them later.
Yeah. And of course, now that Jenny knows that, she's gonna take out her lockpicks. And exhaust them to investigate.
I'm trying to see if I have any icons to commit for you, but I do. No, I don't.
I'm 6 to 5 anyway. So 5. Yeah. Let's try that. Is yeah, add your agility value to your skill value for this investigation. Oh, right. And I need to succeed by 2. Oh,
Oh.
right. Or the lockpicks go away, but fine. Let's go.
Oh. Elder thing. -2 if there's an elder thing at your location. Other stuff happens, but there is not. But it's, yeah.
No. So it's a success. But I have to discard the lockpicks.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, worth it.
Alright.
And then as a fast action, let's see.
Let's see what it does.
Lockpicks.
Now I noticed there's several locations on the same... I think we should pull this one, like, I think we have to pull it aside and flip it, do you know what I mean? I noticed there's a... Oops, sorry. I noticed there were a few different copies of it there before we flipped the whole pile.
Right. Yeah. Her Smith's room, her Smith. Ha Smith's room is locked, and although not specifically guarded, sailors and soldiers frequently patrol past it due to its location right next to the bridge and radio room. You spend a few days getting to know... Few days. Okay. You spend a few days getting to know their routine while finding excuses to hang around the boat deck. Security is understandably lax, even with foreigners on board, and it doesn't take long to identify an opening during the morning meal. Lock is not difficult to pick compared to some you've dealt with. It makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And soon you are inside. Her Smith's room is not lavish, but he has allowed himself a few keepsakes. On his writing desk are pictures of his family and a small library of books on scientific, philosophical and political subjects, including the Bhagavad Gita, the Eddas and Mein Kampf. In the corner of his room is a large safe. If there are any secrets here, they must surely be within. It's a modern German model.
Mm-hmm. Whoa.
And you do not have the tools with you to crack it. Perhaps you can improvise.
Oh, that's Crosshair's middle name.
Up. Move this card from the game. Discard the row card. If there are no clues on this location, flip it to crack the safe in Smith's room and search it.
I like this. The idea, I think, well, maybe not, but probably each location is going to have sort of secrets within secrets that we need to keep kind of prying into and try to get to the bottom of.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to focus, I guess, on maybe the after castle or the staterooms or something. We'll see where we get, but I am very excited. Very cool.
Apparently Jenny just spends a few days at the bridge.
Well, then what on earth has Dexter been doing during that time? I'm going to take a bit of a setup turn, I think. I am going to... So, I think Dexter, brought along a couple of the, some of the academics, of course, are accompanying William Dyer and Dexter and Jenny along on their voyage, although the eschatologist David Renfield was kidnapped by the Star Chamber, and, they couldn't find him. Someone who Dexter has taken a bit of a liking to, though, the Arcane Initiate, is, her name is Tammy, but, she is just beginning to sort of master, or just beginning to learn something about the occult, similarly to Dexter. So she gets a doom when she comes into play, but don't worry, I'm going to get rid of that. Exhaust Arcane Initiate, search the top 3 cards of your deck for a spell and draw it, so I'll do that. So she is kind of working on deepening her knowledge of the occult along with, this is a spell, along with Dexter. with that done, I think Dexter is going to head back to the staterooms and then finally along one further to the after castle. The after castle is a large superstructure at the rear of the boat. Engineers and some of the expedition are quartered on the main deck, while most of the crew occupy the tiny cabins on the deck below. I am very excited to try to speak with Frau Voigt, the occultist. I think that makes a lot of sense for what Dexter wants to do with his life, and he thinks that it might hold the secret to what the expedition's really about. We've got Kung Fu Fenris who just jumped in. Kung Fu Fenris, I hope you're doing okay. Welcome to Doomed. I'm joined today by the Crosshair.
Hello.
Hello. Does all that make sense? I think all that makes sense.
Yep.
Now, Dexter's started asking some questions, and I think his relationship with young Tammy, the Arcane Initiate, has drawn some attention. Unless it bothers you, Crosshair, I'm going to attempt to deal with Colonel Bauer. He's a hunter, so he's going to hunt towards one of us.
Yep.
So he'll hunt towards Dexter, who, he's sniffing around. He's trying to figure out what Dexter Drake is doing. While he's ready, investigators cannot discover clues, but you can test Will 4 to exhaust him and move him anywhere. So you send him on a wild goose chase away to the ship. You distract him with some tidbit and get rid of him for a while. And then that brings us to Upkeep. Not a bad little start. That's great too.
I didn't need that, but I'll take it. One of those drawers where you get a card that you know that you will need, but not in 20 turns.
Yep, that's it, right? Oh, I don't want this now. I want this later.
Oh, well.
Oh, well. Yeah, exactly, right? You may as well. I mean, there's no need to get rid of it. So, we move into the Mythos phase. Jenny, of course, is on the bridge trying to crack Herr Schmidt's safe, while Dexter is at the rear of the ship, poking around and trying to learn more about the occult implications of this expedition. We go to 2 Doom out of 4 because of Tammy, and we draw some encounter cards. Oh, idle conversation. They really don't seem to want to leave. Dexter is being confronted by the most boring group of people that he can imagine. And he's just like, oh god, like he's trying to just keep them off his back. Revelation, spawn a clue at your location. Oh, okay. I see. That's quite annoying.
Yep. Yep.
That's quite annoying. Okay, I see how this is going to go down.
Dark dreams.
Ooh.
Threat area. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't slept soundly since 1925, but since entering the Antarctic Ocean, a dark presence you don't recognize has loomed at the edge of every dream.
Ooh.
So Jenny apparently hasn't slept well for 10 years, which makes sense.
I guarantee you that ocean liner disaster was in 1925. I'm not going to check the date.
Yep.
I'm sure that's when it was, and that's what's happening. Ooh.
When you reveal a cultist token during a skill test, discard. The skill test automatically fails.
Ugh. Okay.
Okay.
Well, I mean, yeah, no way to play around it, unfortunately. But it also might do nothing all game. Possibly.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
So it comes back to us in the investigation phase.
Yeah.
I'm happy to go first unless you have thoughts about what you want to do.
I don't really know because I have 3 investigation against 5 shroud and I
Need some clues. Or you need some clue tools. Oh, yep, go ahead.
Yeah, I might go to the 4 holes also, but yep, you go.
Actually, that's a good point, right? I mean, you can discard rogue cards. I don't know if that's useful, though. Depends on what you have.
I don't really have, yeah.
You don't want to.
Yeah, that too.
All right, well, in that case, then, Dexter is going to once again consult with Tammy, the initiate that he's sort of been speaking with. It's not that she's not long for this world, it's just that he understands how dangerous it is to be kind of aligning himself with someone who is so unskilled in the arcane arts. I'm exhausting her to search for a spell and put it in my top 3 cards, search for a spell. There were none. Kind of annoying. So then what I am going to do, I have another turn to do this, but no, I think this is what I want to do. I'm going to free trigger, discard an asset you control, play a new one, play one with a different name from my hand at -1 cost. So while Tammy was unable to sort of provide Dexter with any sort of occult insight, she was able to provide him with a small rosary, like something that is going to assist him in channeling his powers. Okay, so that was all free. I'm going to get rid of this guy, and then I'm going to get a bunch of clues. That's what I'm going to do, Crosshair. That's the plan. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Like a bluff.
Here we go. Exactly right. Parlay, test 4. Dexter knows that if he's going to try to get anything out of Frau Voigt, he needs to make sure that the Colonel is not breathing down his neck. He's going to send him on a bit of a goose chase and see how far away he can get him. I'm going to test 6 to 4, and I'm going to commit. Wait, hang on. What do the bad stuff tokens do? Oh, they're not that bad. No, they're not that bad. I'm just going to test. Dexter's relatively charismatic. He's going to tell a couple of choice untruths to try to scare Colonel Bauer into thinking that the engine room might need his supervision. Let's just test 6 to 4. A skull minus X equal to the agenda number, which is 1. So, done. Colonel Bauer, exhaust him and move him to any location. I don't think I want him closer to you than to me, but unless you're planning on going elsewhere, I guess I'll put him at the engine room. No, I'll put him at the aft holds, maybe?
Yeah, 4 holds might be easier to search, but I'm going to be burning my rogue cards for this anyway.
I think so. You've already started kind of like trying to get into Herr Schmidt's room, right? So we may as well try to continue and see what we can find, which is fun. So I'll put him there, and then we're going to get some clues, baby. I'm very excited about this. I'm going to discard a mystic card from my hand to speak to occultist Frau about the arcane matters. I'm going to discard this word of protection, which gets me 1 clue. And then, naturally, Dexter Drake is the kind to push his luck. Not knowing what he'll find, he asks her point blank about the expedition's reason and purpose here. Draw the top card of the encounter deck, then discover 2 clues at your location. Ah, Dark Dreams. Unbeknownst to Dexter, the conversation with occultist Frau Voigt will result in him reliving certain moments from his past that terrify him to his core, bring up things that he does not want to have to think about. But I get 2 clues, so Crosshair, I'm also going to flip my location as a free action.
Yay!
Let's find out what's in the After Castle. Frau Voigt is the expedition's occultist. You know, that thing that they often have on ships. Not the airy mystic you were expecting. She is a rather severe, neatly attired woman wearing small, round glasses. Not technically a member of the Anna Elbe itself, who officially disdain the occult, she seems to have been segregated away from the real scientists. She does not seem at all discouraged by this. Excuse me, sorry. I am here in an official capacity. Can you imagine such a thing happening under Hindenburg? I think not. Herr Himmler has an appreciation for esoteric matters and has advanced our cause at the very highest levels. Frau Voigt is an Ariosophist who would seem to be an even more racialist offshoot of the Theosophists. I don't know anything about philosophy. Yikes. You speak with her for some time on occult matters. She seems impressed by your wealth of knowledge, but you avoid sharing anything of real value. For her part, she seems to be doing the same, but one key thing gives her away. Again and again, she probes you for information about something she refers to as Vrilya. The term is unfamiliar to you, and you resolve to squeeze more information out of her. Remove this card from the game. Where have we been putting these? Up there. Perfect. So, Kung Fu Fenris does make a good point. Yeah, thank you, Crosshair, for jumping in there. As per in the intro, we are on a ship replete with Nazis, and we're trying not to die as we make our way to the Antarctic, but the plan is to stop them once we've discovered what they're trying to do there. Just so you know, Kung Fu Fenris.
You're not befriending them.
We're not befriending them, exactly. After Castle 2 is the same thing. Discard a mystic card from your hand to speak to occultist Frau Voigt of Arcane Matters. Discover a clue. If there are no clues, flip it to ask her about the Vrilya. Ooh. I'm so excited. I think this is such a cool scenario. Okay. That's it, right? Oh, no, I'm sorry. You have a turn, don't you?
Yeah, I do have a turn.
Sorry, Crosshair, please, go ahead.
If I may.
Tell me what Jenny's doing over there in the bridge.
Well, as Kung Fu Fenris pointed out, it's a target-rich environment, and Jenny actually knows this. There's a lot of easy marks here.
Ooh.
I sadly don't have another, but...
Unless you draw one.
Maybe I... Yeah.
No.
Nope.
Okay, well, what are you going to do? I mean, that does happen. It's still good, though.
Actually...
Are you ready this
Yeah,
guy?
well...
No, he hasn't yet.
Jenny is going to try and get into this safe.
Yes.
One way or another.
Makeshift safe cracking tools. I like it.
So, as a first attempt, she's going to try and use the Crystallizer of Dreams to bash the safe open.
Okay, bash it open. Just using this delightful relic to try to smash it. I like it.
Doesn't quite work, but it does something. And I'm not gonna test 3 on 5.
Yeah, that doesn't feel as good. I tend to agree.
So should I play this now or should I draw? Drawing lets me do a thing next turn, so yeah, I'm just gonna draw.
Okay. Yeah.
Bide my time, talk to people.
Cards are good. Interesting.
Yeah, that's good.
With both members of the expedition, Dexter and Jenny, having their dark dreams, things seem to get a little more... well, as land disappears and becomes more distant, we advance to the Upkeep Phase. Yeah, where we do our thing and draw cards, gain 2 resources for you, just the 1 for me, unfortunately. I'll keep a hold of that for now. Then we go back to the Mythos Phase, where we go to 2 out of 4 Doom, and we draw some encounter cards.
That we do.
That we do. Oh. The crew are initially disturbed by the creature, but the soldiers quickly organize a counterattack. It's a 3/3/3 hunter. Forced, when the round ends, this enemy is defeated. Oh, that's interesting. So a large, half fish, half human creature explodes up over the edge of the ship, taking Dexter very much by surprise, and sort of tries to attack him as the soldiers around him kind of fall back and try to find their weapons. Yikes.
Alrighty. Funnily enough, as Jenny is playing around with the toys that Luca had in the last campaign you played, you also got the arch nemesis of the other guy.
That's right. I got Tony's arch nemesis. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And of course,
oh, classic.
as Jenny is trying to get into this safe, old ships are like this. There's just a bunch of rats that suddenly appear.
Oh.
But they're searching rats, so they're slightly moist.
Oh, horrible.
And of course, the whole crew wants to talk about this.
Did you guys see all the rats in Herr Schmidt's quarters? Wow.
Okay, so
Just incredible.
There and some rats there. Okay, fine. As Jenny is trying to be sneaky about it, a bunch of rats comes running around and people start gathering. So it's not great, but
It's definitely not great. Again, do you have any specific desire to go first or second?
oh, I have a great plan.
Oh, a great plan. I like the sounds of that. Go for it.
Okay, so first off, Jenny needs to do some stomping with her
just
high heels.
kick him away, exactly, yeah.
Kick around some rats. So that's just a 3-on-1 fight.
Fighty fight.
Bunk. As I was saying, it's just a 3-on-1 fight.
No big deal. Exactly. Yeah, 3-on-1. These rats are not having it.
As I was saying, it's just a 3-on-1. Actually, no. Am I gonna take 1 damage from? Need to get rid of them anyway. So yeah, it's a 3-on-1 fighty. Oh,
Right.
this skill test automatically fails. Oh, okay.
The dark
Well.
dreams are, I guess, replete and full of these horrible vermin that just scurry over and over in your mind.
There's quite a lot of more rats than I expected.
Every time you kick a few, there's 100 more that appear from the walls. That's weird. Just incredible.
Okay, well that was a botch round.
It wasn't ideal. I will give you that. That's true. I think, despite the fact that the soldiers seem to be organizing a counterattack against this deep one creature that's climbed onto the ship to, I don't know, find fresh meat. Not sure. I think rather than trying to just wait for them to deal with it, Dexter's going to take matters into his own hands. He figures if he can kind of do enough shock and awe that people might start to respect him more around the ship, give him a little more clout. So he's going to use one of the old tricks that he's, got up his sleeve, which is usually just a show of, light and sound, for his magic show, but also can do some damage when required. He focuses his arcane energies and summons what seems to be a blade made of light and heat. It doesn't actually do that much damage, but he's going to use it to sort of try to shove the creature off the boat. So I'm fighting. I'm adding my will to my combat, so I'm fighting at 9. Yep, 9, and then it does 3 damage if I succeed. So I'm going to try to just fight it from 9 to 3. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say anything else. Oh, wait, hang on, wait. What is it? Not an elder thing, right? Not an elder thing.
Deep one.
Deep one. Okay. Phew. Okay. So success. The blade sort of the sort of magical blade does indeed frighten the monster, and it leaps back off the boat as the guards come rushing back in with firearms. They're surprised to see this strange little magician wielding enough firepower to scare off a beast like that. Respect. Now, what do I want to do? I want to get clues. So I'm going to... Yeah, I'm going to play... What am I going to do here? Yeah, I'm going to discard a card to speak with Frau Voigt. But of course, Dexter can't quite get up the courage to ask her what it is that she wants. And then last action, just because I think I should probably have it, I'm going to play Blur, which is a spell, which is something that it's sort of like an upgraded version of the smoke trick that he had back in the subway. But this is actually just a sense of super speed. It's an evasion spell.
Yeah.
And that is going to be my turn.
And we continue.
Yep. Enemy phase. Sorry about the rats, though. Of course.
Yeah. Nibbling at the feet of Jenny.
Ugh. And of course, the Colonel finds his way back up to the after castle, hearing about Dexter's exploits with the monster. He is very curious to speak to the man himself. Not so good. Upkeep? I'll definitely take that. That's good.
Okay. I see how it is.
Okay, I see how it is. And we go to 3 out of 4 Doom, and we draw some encounter cards. Oh. Well, I guess the dreams just keep getting darker for Mr. Dexter Drake here. It's max once per skill test, but so the next 2 cultists I draw are automatic failures. Ugh. That's so annoying. Okay.
Washed overboard.
Oh no, Jenny!
Ugh. Okay, fine. So, apparently while fighting the rats at the bridge of the ship, Jenny stumbles a bit by the nibbling rats, and I fall overboard. Nope, not gonna throw that into this. Oh, it's gonna be a 3-on-3.
Oh boy. Yeah, boy. Plus 1.
Okay. So, yeah, Jenny falls over the railing and somehow manages to get back on the ship after almost drowning and takes 2 damage and loses 2 actions.
Yeah.
Yep.
I guess you're gonna want to kill those rats.
And that's pretty much the only thing I can do.
That is the idea. Did you want to take that action first, just to like see where you're at going into upkeep and stuff?
Yeah. I'm just wondering, are we gonna see any big monsters in this game?
Well, it's hard to know, but I mean the scenario card says if there's elder things at your location, right? So
Yeah.
last time they were pretty beefy, so it's hard to know.
Well, I surely can't fail in 4 attacks on a 1 health enemy, right?
I'm not gonna say anything because I think you know my history with this game better than I do, so I'm not gonna say anything about that.
So while Jenny climbs back on board the ship, soaking wet, freezing, rats are still there, so Jenny tries to finish them off.
Yeah, kill him. Yay.
Yay. And with a final squeak, the last rat is kicked overboard.
Excellent. Phew.
That was my 2 turns.
Yep. Oh, it's just ridiculous. Aravana is correct. Like, this game does not care. Like, you can fail every single action that you take. You know, it's just a thing. It's just...
Yep. I took 6 actions, basically, to kill 1 rat.
well, one swarm of rats, but yes, that's...
Yeah, true.
I am once again going to send... I'm going to try... Or Dexter is going to try to deflect Colonel Bauer's questions about his mystical powers and just sort of say, oh, you know, I'm a magician. I have lots of tricks up my sleeve. Haha. I was just able to drive this creature away using some of those. He's going to once again try to send Colonel Bauer on his way. So I'm going to test 6 to 4. I'm going to try to parlay him with willpower. Elder Sign. +2. You may return an asset from your play area to your hand, then draw a card. Do I want to, though? And here's a question, Crosshair. Do you think the then applies to the first part? Or no, it would say if you do draw a card, probably, right?
Yeah, it's an... You can do this thing, and then after you either do it or don't,
Or either you
then
do it or don't.
draw a card.
Right.
So you draw a card anyway.
Right, and I think I will because I don't want to return either of these, although I can see why that would be useful. Oh, that's so exciting. So I'll draw a card. Okay. Colonel Bauer, of course, appreciates this explanation and is once again sent down to the holds. He's checking on something down there, which, you know, Dexter considers a bit suspicious.
I already checked once. There is nothing.
There's
in the
nothing
upholds.
down there!
I will check again.
Exactly. I'm going to discard a card from hand. A mystic card from hand, sorry, to speak to occultist Frau Voigt of Arcane Matters, and using some of the clout that he's, you know, earned from his experiences at the aft of the ship, I think finally Dexter is going to try to ask Madame Voigt about Vrilya. So I'm going to flip this, and we'll see what it says. Once again, you engage Frau Voigt in occult discussion, but this time you hope to tempt her to divulge her secrets with secrets of your own. You tell her of Dunwich and hint at truth beyond time and space. You tell her of dim Carcosa, where black stars rise and twin suns sink behind Lake Hali. You tell her of Red Lytton Yoth and what lies beneath it, and she is clearly eager to learn more. You ask her of the Vrilya, and she finally agrees to tell you. I love the idea that Dexter's, like, been accumulating knowledge, and now he's like, it's such a rogue thing to be like, I'll trade you my secrets for your secrets. I love it.
Yep.
It seems that in certain circles in Europe, there exists a belief in a race of beings that live deep beneath the earth. They are said to have access to a wondrous magical fluid, vril, and an almost limitless source of energy to both create and destroy. You ask Frau Voigt what possible relevance this could have to an exploratory expedition to the Antarctic. Why don't you ask your Professor Dyer? She responds. He has met them, has he not? Add this card to the victory display. When you advance to Act 2A, if this card is in the victory display, each investigator may shuffle their discard pile into their deck and may draw up to 3 cards. Woohoo!
So that's why you can throw away your cards.
Right, and I'm hoping that each side of each one of these will allow us to do the same if we want to. That's very exciting. And now Dexter is here in the After Castle, which is a 2-shroud, 0 clue location all of a sudden. And now, Crosshair, what does Dexter want to do? I think he wants to... I can't investigate.
I have one question.
Yes, eine question.
We are supposed to be at 3 Doom, right?
Yes.
So this is our 4th round. Yeah.
Yeah, it's about to advance, yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, boy. Oh, interesting. Huh. And then last action, I'm just wondering if I want to go to the expedition scientist? No, I want to go down to the aft holds. That's definitely where Dexter would go.
What did you call me?
Yeah. Oh, Colonel, I can't believe you're down here in the aft hold. What did you say to me? Nothing.
I didn't say you are an aft
No. I just said you. So good. The 4 massive holds of the ship are divided into those fore and aft of the engine room. Each is further divided into upper and lower by a removable tween-deck partition. Holds 3 and 4 are the aft holds and contain enough food and supplies to keep the entire expedition alive for over 2 years in case of some incident. So I'll head down there.
This is quite a large icebreaker.
It really is, yeah. I mean, if we have a whole platoon of soldiers, I can only assume there's like at least 100 people on the ship, right? Plus maybe more with the crew. Plus there's an airship. There's like a Zeppelin here, right?
Yeah.
Wild. This is crazy town. Okay, well that's it for us.
Yep.
So I think that brings us to upkeep, right? If I'm not mistaken. Draw cards, gain resources. Okay. And now, I'm thinking, Crosshair, we do the advancing and the mythos, and then we take a break for drinks and such.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. I feel like I'm gonna need it.
I think so too. We're gonna advance to Agenda 1B. A message? A day after you cross the Antarctic Circle, Herr Schmidt calls you and Dyer quietly into his cabin, where, Jenny's like, "Oh wow, what a nice room. I've never been in here before." Our radio equipment has detected a most unusual frequency. It is emanating from the Antarctic. No city is close enough to detect it. Do you know anything of this? Dyer demurs awkwardly. It is a matter connected to your previous expedition, yes? It's the reason you are so adamant that no one else should visit the ice? Very well. If you will not share, Herr Professor, we shall find what we shall find when we arrive. For now, we will see what secrets this signal contains. After you leave, Dyer turns to you. I don't know what this means. I've never heard of them using radio before. We need to keep an eye on this. Each investigator may move to a location of their choice. I'm not sure if they will, but it's an interesting thing to do.
Yeah, I won't.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna have a better chance getting anything anywhere else. So it's probably best for me here. So I'll read Agenda 2A, the Encoded Signal. Herr Schmidt assigns the expedition's linguist and cryptographer to work together on the signal. Dr. Fisher and Captain Richter work diligently, confident that there is a message encoded therein. Although the ship's progress is still being broadcast, Herr Schmidt gives strict orders that the existence of the signal is to be kept secret for the world, for now. Let us avoid making fools of ourselves if it is nothing, yes? He smiles meaningfully at Dyer. A well-honed sense of dread tells you that nothing good will come of this. You had better conclude your investigations quickly. 3 Doom.
Fisher and Dr. Price.
Sorry?
Fisher and Dr. Price.
Yes, exactly. I'm going to draw an encounter card as Dexter moves down into the holds. Classic. Okay, this is a soldier. Okay, Wehrmacht. Oh yeah, bigoted soldier. That's not good. Okay, he spawns at any stage 1 or 2 location, so I can put him anywhere. He's aloof. This enemy cannot be damaged by abilities on player cards. Clues cannot be discovered at this location except via the trigger on this card. When you evade him, deal a damage. When you damage him, discover a clue. But you can't damage him by abilities on player cards.
So yeah, basically, where that card is, you have to evade that enemy to get a clue.
Right. So,
This-
yeah, where do we want to put him where we're not going to bother going?
Forecastle?
Yep, I'm with I'm with you there.
We don't
Okay.
have many Guardian cards.
I have none, in fact, so yeah, that makes sense.
I have one.
Oh, well, there you go. That's going to be great. Okay, that was my Mythos.
Let's see what happens in the Bridge of Cold Water and Rats.
Mm-hmm. Whoa.
Oh, at least the stars look beautiful.
Oh, that's nice.
Just looking up at the stars, which I believe would be beautiful in the middle of the ocean.
Oh, yeah. Especially, this far south, I imagine they'd be gorgeous, yeah.
Son of a...
Beep, beep. Oh, I hate it. I hate y'all oh god, losing action and losing.
3 loose actions.
You have any willpower icons?
I do.
Yay!
There's 2 of them.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's gonna be it. So 5 on 3,
Mhm.
and here comes the tentacle.
Oh! I didn't know you could summon it.
Apparently.
Oh,
Okay, so
nightmare. Jenny's literally just staring up into the stars for hours, days, nights, not doing anything.
Yep. Okay, fine. I didn't want to play anyway.
Well, that's unfortunate. I would love to take a short break before we continue on with what is apparently just Dexter Drake solo now all of a sudden. Sorry, the Crosshair.
Yeah, I have a plan anyway.
Okay.
When I get to play it.
Well, I was gonna say, just keep getting those resources, I guess.
Yeah.
We're gonna be right back, folks. We'll see you in 2 seconds, and we'll continue with Dexter and Jenny, Betrayal at the Mountains of Madness. See you in a sec. Hello once again, and welcome back to Doomed, not so solo playthroughs through Arkham Horror, the card game, with a focus on roleplay and storytelling. We've got Doom, we've got ships, we've got mysteries, and today we have the Crosshair.
Hello.
Hello, welcome back to Crosshair. Kung Fu
Yup.
Fenris, go enjoy your food, reward yourself. You did a great job with the numbers. Sorry, Crosshair, you were probably... I feel like I'm taking your actions away somehow.
No, I just
Sorry.
opened a bottle that I got as a gift of Stroh 54, which is quite fitting. It's an Austrian herbal drink that has 54 horsepower.
Wow. What? How do you spell Strach? Or maybe don't. I'm just trying to find it. I'm curious to look it up myself.
Stroh. I put it on the chat.
Oh, perfect. Let's grab that. I'm just very curious, you see.
Yeah,
Excellent.
it's a nice one.
Very
I
curious.
just felt like, since I'm not doing anything, I might as well drink.
I mean, honestly, Crosshair, isn't that a metaphor for our time? Honestly. Oh, it looks great. Okay. I mean, Here's the thing. You don't have any actions, but you do have a turn. So, like, if you had any free triggers, you could take them. But I presume you don't have any free actions or anything to take.
No fast cards.
Sigh. I'm sorry.
Oh well.
Yep. Indeed. Let's see here. Dexter is interested in exploring the holds downstairs where, Colonel Bauer keeps disappearing to. Perhaps there's something of interest down here. Problem is, I'm not very good at investigating. And although maybe I don't care, because it'll get rid of these damn cultists. Yeah, maybe I'll just... Yeah, so I think, okay, first things first, Dexter is going to once again try to speak to the Colonel and maybe convince him that there's a slight, not an emergency, but something he should attend to back upstairs on deck. Not upstairs, you say like on deck, I'm just bouncing him back and forth. It's great. Yeah, I'll try to parlay with the Colonel. 6-4. Let's do it. -2. There's no Elder Thing, so well, unless this guy is secretly an Elder Thing. So I will bounce him up to the After Castle, where he is going to investigate, Dexter's reports of this strange fish-man hybrid. In the meantime, he's going to see... He's just going to poke around and see what he can find. No spells, no muss, no fuss, just his own, innate ability to look around. So I'm investigating at 2-2, and there's not really a heck of a lot I'm going to do about that, I don't think. I'm just going to do it. Yeah, okay, that's what I figured. What I'm kind of hoping for is either a +1 or an Elder Sign, or some cultists to get rid of these cultists. That would be great. Test it. Oh, that's equally bad. Okay, never mind. Well, just a nice old wasted turn then. Oh, Thanatoasted. Hello. Welcome to Doomed. I'm joined today by the Crosshair.
Hello.
Today, Thanatoasted, we have yet to have to fight anything on this ship, so I would say instead of biffing, we are bossing today. At this moment.
I did spend 2 turns fighting a bunch of rats, so...
So Crosshair's biffing, shall we say then.
And botching.
Well, I guess then in that case we're going to head straight back to Upkeep. Where we draw our cards and gain our resources. Ooh, that could be very good for me. You did your upkeep? Everything's all bueno? Right. Well, we go to 1 out of 3 Doom as we, try to find out more about this radio signal. And I wonder if I should come and... Well, hang on. You said you had a plan. Yeah, I do. Okay, cool. Then I'll keep working down here in the hold and see what I can try to figure out.
Yeah. When I get to play.
Well, let's draw some encounter cards and see how little we get to play first, shall we? Ah, perfect. Washed Overboard. A classic. Now this time, it's Dexter's turn to be hurled overboard during a particularly awful storm. The crew quickly rescue you, but it takes several days of bed rest to recover from the chills. Test Agility 3. For each point you fail by, take a damage and lose an action. I'm not committing to this. This is just going to be really painful. Yeah, I'm just going to lose a turn. Here it comes. Ready? 2-3. Oh, okay. Okay. So, with his strong constitution and force of will, I'm only going to take 1 damage and lose 1 action. So there's that. That was lucky.
Okay, let's see.
What the heck?
In translation. Constantly communicating in a mixture of broken English and broken German. Hey! My English isn't broken. It's Schweinhund.
Yeah, exactly.
It's exhausting. Not to mention all the cultural differences, like sauerkraut for breakfast.
Oh, the horror of it all.
Put this card in your threat area. You cannot draw cards. Okay. When the round ends, discard this card.
Yeah. You seem to have a pretty
Fine.
full hand anyway, so it's not...
Yeah. I'm gonna be spending them.
Yeah, hooray! Yeah, okay, well that's kind of too bad, I guess. But, yeah, anyway. Why don't you go for it? I'm very curious to know what's in this safe, if anything.
I'm just thinking.
Or whatever else you're gonna do. You might do something.
Before I crack that safe. Well, luckily for Jenny, an old friend, Henry Armitage,
Oh, a lovely gentleman.
comes around and explains to Jenny, he's clearly an old professor of hers, and explains that, have you tried turning the handle on this safe?
Oh, wow, okay, really?
Maybe it is unlocked.
You never know.
And with this new intel,
Oh, wow.
which I'm going to spend for resources.
There you
on,
go. That's how that goes.
Jenny decidedly opens the safe.
Oh, perfect. I really like the image of like a young go-getter, lady, a fancy lady like Jenny, and this like old daughtery man who's like an academic being like, "Have you tried turning the handle?" It's just fantastic.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
He's tech support.
Yeah, let's see. There are no clues on this location. Flip it to crack the safe.
Ooh, so excited.
A lot of text. Bridge 2. Inside the safe are 2 pistols, a modest supply of gold and Reich marks, and a stack of books and papers. Most of the papers are financial in nature, but a few catch your eye. Dossiers lists are assets and personnel of the 2 ill-fated 1933 expeditions, and a worn copy of Dyer's manuscript of 1931 is thickly annotated in German. Another document is labeled M.A.G. It seems to be an account of a sailor lost in the Southern Ocean. He discovers a tribe of islanders who worship star-headed creatures that live beneath the earth and demand human sacrifices. The events are dated 1827, which conflicts with Dyer's account of awakening the ancient being a century later in 1930. The final item is a second dossier about the 1930 Barschmeier Falcon expedition, including telegrams and other fragmented documents. Most are mundane, but one mentions finding the statue, and another curtly describes attack by black demons.
Oh, scary.
So apparently Dyer has been lying to us, of course.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. Let's be real. I'm not convinced that he's not some sort of alien in disguise.
Yeah. Add this card to the victory display when you advance to Act 2A. If this card is in the victory display, place a clue token on it. When an investigator draws an encounter card, they may discard a clue token from this card. If they do, cancel all that card's effects and discard it.
Ooh.
That's actually really good for what I'm also planning.
Interesting. Oh, I see.
You know.
I do know. We're not at Act 2A yet, unfortunately, so it doesn't get a clue yet. But yeah, hopefully it will soon.
And
Good work, Jenny.
Rich. Should I go slap some sense into this bigoted soldier?
I mean, I certainly leave it to you how you want to do that.
Because 3-on-3 test.
Yeah, plus he's aloof, I think, so you have to engage first and then evade. But
Oh yeah.
like it says, right? Evade deals a damage, and then damage discovers a clue. So like, that's definitely something. Although I don't know, maybe I don't know if you want to be in a fight. Well, you could just shoot him to death. Oh no, you can't.
Well, as the last action, Jenny looks at the safe and looks at the 2 pistols that she sees there, and she's like, "Hold on a moment. How did they get a hold of my pistols?"
Yes. Delicious.
5 should be enough.
That's a good amount of ammo.
Oh. 6.
Perfect. Jenny's twin 45s.
I'm just checking how much I need. Yeah, 5.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we'll see how much we end up needing them later, but yeah. Say, are those Mr. Donahue's guns? Jenny held a pistol over her shoulder and struck a pose. I think they suit me better than him. Don't you agree? She's so cool.
Say, are those Mr. Dyer's guns?
Exactly. Oh god. Oh, she's so cool.
Jenny is packing now.
Yeah, Jenny's packing. I have to say, I mean, I know we're not done the scenario yet, so maybe I should hold off on saying anything, but I do enjoy how much sort of like it feels like we're investigators, you know. We're sneaking around, we're figuring things out, we're like dodging Nazis. It's cool. Okay, so I think on my turn then, I don't think I'm going to be able to get the clues off this location, at least not right away. So instead, I don't want to do that though. All right, well, I think Dexter's going to make sure that he at least has, you know, a drink on him for when things get a little hairy. I don't think I'm going to use it right away. But just to have, just in case. But then last action, I don't know. Yeah, let's try it. I'm going to see if Dexter can find a clue on this location here. Is that going to be enough? Sorry, Crosshair, just thinking about it for a second.
Yep, sure.
No, you know what? No, last action, I'm not gonna investigate. I'm gonna have a slug of this, because I think it's important for Dexter to be ready for whatever's coming his way. I'm gonna heal a horror. Then I test Will 2. If I succeed, I draw a card. If I fail, I discard a card at random from my hand. So yeah, let's test it. 6 to 2. Let's just see if he can. That is delightful. I'm not going to return anything to hand. I'm going to draw a card, and then I'm going to draw another card. So that's good. Yeah, that feels very nice. I must admit. So the slug of liquid courage has in fact opened his mind up to more options. Oh, maybe I could do this. Maybe I could do that. When that guy comes back, I'm gonna clean his clock, you know, or whatever. Good. Yes. Enemy phase. Enemy phase. The Colonel once again comes downstairs just to find Dexter Drake sipping a drink and chatting up with the crew. No big deal. No big deal. But he's at my location now, which is less good. And Upkeep brings us our... Right, reading. Yeah, clean his clock. What did I say?
And the round has ended, I think.
Yes, the round ends, yeah, at the end of the... Yeah.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, yes. I'm definitely going to play that out.
Yep.
So we go to...
Things are turning around.
Things are starting to turn around. So we go to 2 out of 3 Doom. We draw our encounter cards. Dexter with the Colonel down in the basement rather, and Jenny with her twin 45s. Reclaimed from Herr Schmidt's safe. Let's see what happens. Oh no. Oh god. Seasickness. Oh, this is so good. When you move, test will 3. If you fail, cancel the move. When your turn ends, discard this card. That's actually fantastic. I love this. Not so bad, except if you need to move. Then it feels really bad.
When I'm planning my campaign at some point, I'm definitely taking inspiration from these cards because they are great.
I agree. This the encounter sets in this are really well designed. I quite like it. Oh no.
Just as Jenny is finishing up her business at the bridge, more rats.
Oh god, they're everywhere. Why are they attracted to me?
And another one. Oh, okay.
Oh, they are everywhere. How are you getting all these rats? What is this garbage?
First there were rats, now there's even more rats.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, well, that explains it.
Oh, sure, of course. Oh my god.
Territorial Deep One is back.
Ah.
So, rats swarm all over the bridge, and this Territorial Deep One jumps over the railing into the bridge. And there's gonna be a fight?
I think so. Jenny, you're the one that dies if you're defeated, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Will you just let me know if I can get on over there and see what I can do? Just let me know if there's anything I can do to assist. Although I am seasick at the moment, so getting over there might be a bit of a trouble. We'll see.
I do have Henry.
Mm-hmm.
Right. If I spend all of Henry's charges and fire my twin 45s, I might kill the Territorial Deep One and get rid of the rats. In one action.
Mm-hmm. It's just the old man throwing powder everywhere.
Yeah, just handling the rats.
There you go.
And also, even if I fail with the twin 45s, the Territorial Deep One attack of opportunity doesn't do anything. Oh, right. Because it gets -1 damage and -1 horror.
That's true. Yep, until the end of the phase, round, what does it say? Round. Yeah, so including during the enemy phase. Yeah, absolutely.
And when the round ends, this enemy is defeated.
There you go.
Oh.
Well.
So, should I start here, or...?
Yeah, I say go for it, because you have enemies, and I think that's always important to deal with.
So it's a fast, and it uses 1 powder, so I can basically use it 3 times now.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's do it.
Excellent.
So, instead of Jenny starting to fire wildly at these rats, the old Professor Henry Armitage just throws some rat poison around.
Oh, God.
And some in the eyes of the Territorial Deep One as well.
It makes a horrible sound as it stumbles around the bridge, probably.
So I pretty much don't have to care about attacks of opportunity now.
Yeah, because it still attacks you, but you're right, it does 0. So that's, yeah. You do whatever you want.
What should I do?
I mean, I don't know if we're gonna have more time after this. If this is the last Doom for this agenda. I don't know if we have more time after this, or if we're gonna, if we're gonna get a chance to keep flipping stuff. I guess we'll find out.
The 4 holds like 3 on 3 anyway, so
I don't know.
might as well try. Move, and the territorial deep one just claws at Jenny like.
Yeah, exactly. It's just totally. It can't see. It's just kind of flapping around. Yeah, exactly.
And well, don't really have anything I want to do right now, so might as well try 2 3-on-3 investigations.
Sure.
Go for it.
Well, there you go.
+1 for each resource.
Yes.
So
Pretty good. There you go. All right.
And the second one. This -1. Oh well.
Okay. I mean, got that extra clue.
That's me.
All right.
Or Jenny.
The boat is the boat. The ship is so large. There's no way that Dexter has heard any of what's going on in the fore, like half of the ship. He's much more concerned about Colonel Bauer just kind of sitting there watching him, making idle chit-chat, seeing what he can do. I think rather than get clues, I think I'm going to try to... I can't even set myself up the way I wanted to. That's true. That's too bad. What do I want to do here? I am going to free trigger. Ooh, is that what I want to do? Yeah, this seems good. I'm gonna free trigger, discard my liquid courage to play, what's his name? Mikolas Ossi for 1. He's the professor of optometry. This is the scholar who Jenny and Dexter, mostly Jenny, rescued in the tunnels underneath Boston. His unconventional research, I think, drew Dexter to him. He seems to be the kind of person who would be able to make the connections that someone like Dexter can't. When you would test your intellect, exhaust this asset to test your will instead. So that's free. And the question...
Mikolas is having a bad day also because he recently fled his native Czechoslovakia for the USA, fearing renewed aggression from Germany.
Oh boy. Now why? Well, so when he agreed to come along, we were like, yeah, to Antarctica, really far from there. And now we're all going, oh, God, damn it, Dyer, like, what are you doing? Oh, Dyer. I'm trying to think how I want to do this. I guess I'll try to get rid of the dude, and then I'll try to get the clues off this location. Oh, actually, that could be really nice. Sorry, I'm just thinking out loud to myself here. Yeah. I'm going to try to get rid of... Once again, I'm going to try to get rid of Colonel Bauer. Send him off on a wild goose chase. Because now, with Mikolas's help, Dexter's got somewhere in particular that he wants to explore. So I'm going to test 6 to 4. Yeah, just straight. Okay, well, okay. That's great. Thanks so much. Okay. Because I can't...
I am not going up there again.
Not going up there! Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, in that case, I guess I'm just doing a setup turn. Thanks a lot, guys. I'm going to play Faustian Bargain. And using those resources, I'm going to play Divination. So I'll gain 2, basically. This is Dexter realizing that he can't just rely on his charm. He's going to have to rely on some of the occult powers that he's been using only for magic up to now. He's going to have to figure out what else he can do. Divination is a spell that helps him investigate, find out things, which will be great. But I'm out of actions, and that is that.
And the territorial deep one gets pummeled with gunfire.
Blam, 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 as it like falls off the ship, sploosh back into the ocean. Upkeep. Nice. Sorry.
Yes.
Oh, that's gonna be good.
No,
okay.
no.
Mm-hmm.
I had a good draw too.
Excellent. Well, we'll see if that draw matters momentarily as we go to 3 out of 3 Doom before we're going to advance to Agenda 2B. The Translated Signal. You join Herr Schmidt in Fisher's laboratory, where apparently the pair have news of success. All the furniture in the lab has been removed or pushed against the walls. Yikes. It is a mathematical formula, you see, very complex. We've graphed it. You may want to see the results. He gestures to the floor around him, oh boy, and you notice that the two have sketched a huge and very precise symbol in chalk. The loops and whirls are hard to look at, almost distorting before your eyes. And so I complete the formula thusly. Fisher draws one more chalk mark on the floor, and as he does so, you suddenly realize what the symbol is. Get out, you scream as the chalk lines begin to glow, and an enormous alien figure begins to materialize in the room. Advance to Act 1B. So before we do 3A, I'll advance to Act 1B. Alien invasion. The quiet ship that has been your home for over a month is suddenly a chaotic battlefield. Remove any remaining Stage 1 and 2 locations not in the victory display from the game. Well, that's that then, right? Let's... Whoa, look at that. Look at that symbol. Do you want to assist me with it? Oh, we'll just go a bit at a time, right? So all 1 and 2 locations just disappear.
Yeah. Do the people on those also disappear?
The enemies?
Yeah.
I don't think so, but we'll keep an eye on. I'll see what it says. I guess we'll find out. Is that it? Yeah, great. Thank you. So, remove any remaining Stage 1 and 2 locations from the game. Find all encounter-backed encounter cards in play. Okay, in the encounter deck and in the encounter discard pile, and remove them from the game. So that does, yes, so it does include the people, right? I think, because they've got it. Oh, nope. Colonel Bauer does not have an encounter back, but this guy does. So find all the encounter cards that have an encounter back in play, in the deck, and in the discard pile, and remove them from the game.
Oh, yeah.
Bye-bye. Okay. Remove all clues from play. Oh, yes, go ahead, sorry.
Also, these dark dreams.
Yay! Oh, huzzah. Oh, I'm thrilled. Thank you. I hadn't noticed that. Remove all clues. Each investigator discards all of their clues. Okay. So no clues. Nobody gets clues.
I didn't want them anyway.
Yeah, I didn't want these. What do I want these for, huh? Sorry. Well, we figured it was gonna happen. Oh, I can yeah, I'll just do that. Remove them all. Okay. Okay, so that's done. There's a lot of instructions here, so we'll just do. Each investigator at the staterooms moves to a connecting location of their choice. Spawn 2 per investigator clue. 2 per investigator clues at each location. So I can do that at least. Where are the staterooms? Oh, no one's there, so that's fine. Spawn 2 per at each location. Oh, I should have just left them on. Sorry. Silly of me. Okay. Shuffle all remaining set-aside encounter cards, because there's a pile in the set-aside pile, to form a new encounter deck. There it is. Search the encounter deck for the Star Chamber Commander and 1 copy of Star Chamber Vanguard per player. Spawn each of them at the staterooms. Vanguard, right? Yeah. There they are. Uh-oh. Oh boy. Alright. We'll look at these guys shortly. Oh boy. If SS Colonel Bauer is not in the victory display, flip him. 1 investigator may take control of him for the rest of the scenario. And then it says remember to check the victory display for any effects which might trigger at this time. So, oh, the enemy becomes an ally. Oh, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. That's so good.
I was actually thinking of killing him, so...
Well, I appreciate the fact that you didn't in this moment. Do you want to take him? He doesn't take up the ally slot or anything.
I could use the health, actually.
That's kind of my thought, is that I would desperately... I mean, it seems like a weird match, but it's going to be a weird match for anyone. Maybe Jenny just runs into him first, you know?
They can talk about gambling and...
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yes, and then you've already put a clue here, thank you. And... Yep. Each investigator may shuffle their discard pile into their deck and may draw up to 3 cards. I am definitely going to do that.
Yes, please.
Weaknesses in a... No, that's fine, but I'm still going to do it. Nice.
I want to draw 3 cards, that's the thing.
Yeah, that is a good question. Oh, up to 3 cards. If you want to draw fewer.
Oh, but it's the Mythos Phase, so I don't have to discard them yet.
Mm-hmm. True.
Cool.
Yeah.
Go for it. Oh dear.
Oh, bad stuff probably.
Oh, yeah. Location farthest from you. Where are we? Yep. It's there.
All right. Just well, naturally, now that one of the scientists who was working on this thing is probably now, you know, some sort of occultist. You know, it makes sense. It makes sense to me.
At the heart-swinging advert again.
Okay, perfect. So that's all resolved. Excellent. And I'm going to read Agenda 3A and Act 2A next, and then we'll come back to it. Well, we'll draw some encounter cards from the new deck and see where we're at. Agenda 3A, knocking on the hull. The alien beings spread out into the ship, hunting down the crew. After a few casualties, weapons are distributed and corridors barricaded, and they seem to be contained. Then comes something else. A pounding, ringing sound comes from the aft hold. Something is outside, underwater, trying to break through the hull. Forced. Oh boy. When the Star Chamber Commander has at least 6 damage tokens on it, immediately advance. But it's also got 2 dooms, so, you know. We'll see kind of what that does momentarily. Act 2A. Boarded. The crew are in chaos as alien beings rampage across the ship. You need to rally them and direct them to attack the invaders before it is too late. Spend 1 clue. Parlay. Choose an unengaged Elder Thing enemy in play and move it 1 location towards you. I don't know why I'd want to do that, but okay. Spend 1 to 3 clues. Parlay. Deal that much damage to an enemy at your location or a connecting location. Objective: if the Star Chamber Commander is defeated, advance. Let's have a look at these things, hey?
Yep.
So there's 2 vanguards, which are Elder Things here. Hunter, Retaliate, Abductor, which, if we recall, means that if it defeats allies, they get abducted instead of killed. The Star Chamber Commander cannot be damaged by players while this enemy is ready at any location. So we gotta take these guys out first, or at least evade them, or whatever. Yeah. The Star Chamber Commander is an aloof, retaliate, alert, 4, 12, 4. Do not exhaust this enemy when it attacks. Sorry, go ahead.
Star Chamber Elite.
Okay. Mm-hmm. When the enemy phase ends, if this enemy is ready and unengaged, move it to the nearest location without a horror token or free enemy on it. Flip that location. The nearest location can be its current location. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Ready and unengaged, move it to the nearest location without a horror token or free enemy, flip it. Okie dokie. So I think it's trying to, probably consume the ship in some way, right?
Yeah.
I think we're gonna need clues very quickly.
Jenny has a bad feeling about this because it's a ship invaded by big things, and there's a bigger thing banging on the hull.
Yep.
And we have 2 turns.
Yeah. Well, we do. Yes. I mean, it looks like we need clues stat, right? Because we can use the clues to move things towards us, and then spend clues to basically get the crew to shoot things, or we can shoot things ourselves. I suppose that's possible as well.
Yeah. So we need to kill the vanguards or evade them, and then do 12 damage on the commander.
Which, we probably need clues to... Well, sorry, I think clues would be one way of doing that. I might try to get some myself. But in the meantime, Dexter is, hiding down below, trying to get a sense of where to go next. Jenny's made nice with the Colonel, for a moment anyway, as they prepare for the onslaught. I'm going to draw an account.
Perhaps it is just me, but these aliens certainly seem like enemies of the Reich. Would you not say? American?
Who are you calling American? Oh, right, okay. That makes sense to me.
Jenny is as American as they come.
Yeah, basically. I'm going to draw an encounter card. The Star Chamber Constable, 3/2/2. Praise... So Prey is who it goes after. But Prey... Investigator controlling the most Miskatonic cards. So if it has a choice, it will hunt towards the person with more Miskatonic cards. Hunter.
Which are Miskatonics?
Yeah, and I have 1 as well.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And then damage dealt by this enemy must be assigned to allies, if possible. So obviously this guy is trying to take out and abduct... well, he doesn't have abductor, but I think he's trying to take people out in order to deal with them. So that's fun.
Okay, let's see what else we have at the other side of the ship. Massacre.
Oh, God, horrible.
So apparently everyone in the 4 holes is dead.
Ooh, boy.
Something ran through here and destroyed everything, and there go 2 clues.
Less good. I mean, we might just abandon that room anyway.
Yeah. It's a nice... Oh, yeah, it's a 4-shroud room anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So...
Have a lot of resources and a lot of cards.
Yeah, I mean, but they are dangerous reading. You got to be careful. What do you think you're gonna spend them on, though, Crosshair? That's the real question.
Let's see. What did we use clues on? Parlay was what actually? How did parlay work?
Well, it's a basic action that doesn't trigger attacks of opportunity, so it doesn't test anything, I guess, is the point.
Oh, right. The
Right.
parlay is just I can spend 3 clues and deal damage.
Mm-hmm. To an enemy at your location or a connecting location. There are hunters as well, so I guess they're going to kind of Well,
Oh right, the parlay is telling others to kill them.
yeah, we're assigning. We're trying to like get the crew together, basically. You're right, reading. There is a cat on the ship, and the cat must survive. The ship must survive. That's for sure. Oh boy, distress. That's for sure.
I have a pla.
Okay, I also do. Yeah, I'm feeling somewhat confident. We'll see how it goes, I guess. But yeah, do you want to start your pla and see how it goes?
Again.
Yeah.
First off, with her new friend, the SS Colonel Bawa.
Friend. Yeah.
Jenny has learned something new. Actually, yeah. Let's just grab both of those. I was thinking of using power for one of them, but nah.
Time, right? We gotta try to save ourselves some time.
Click.
Well, the intel
Tuck.
from the colonel. Yeah, that makes sense.
And they're gonna head up to the forecastle.
Great.
It's a once route location.
Yeah, why not, right?
Now we have one action left, and we are at the 2A, right?
Yes.
I don't need investigator draws and then yeah, I'm gonna do it.
All right.
All the aliens and all the stuff that's happening. It's just some things once seen can't be unseen.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go delve too deep.
Yes, we are. So, in player order, each investigator draws a card from the top of the encounter deck, but what you're saying was that the Bridge 2, you can discard a clue from this card to cancel all of that card's effects and discard it. So maybe a big enemy, or maybe a really horrible something.
Yeah, depends. Like, your first, if there's a big one, then use it. If not, then I'll take it.
Yeah, let's see, right? Oh, Alien Intrigues. Attach this card to your location. When you would discover clues from this location, even if there are no clues on it, discover one fewer clue and discard this card. Too bad, so sad, but that's okay. I don't think it's at the end of the world.
Yeah. Like, unless we want to. We have plenty of locations anyway.
Exactly. So, unfortunately, the Dexter's discovered what perhaps the nefarious schemes of these aliens are, but he'll still work his hardest to try to get out what he can.
Let's see what he... Superintendent of the Star Chamber. Do we really want two of these?
Interestingly enough, though, he's aloof, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think
It would come after me, but it also has victory 1.
True.
But doesn't engage me now.
Exactly. So if a ally was defeated at your location by any other means, it would abduct them. But like, other than that, I think he just kind of sits there and like follows you around and is waiting for an opportunity to steal them.
Oh yeah, Aloof doesn't attack you in the enemy phase.
He doesn't engage you until you engage him.
Yeah, so it goes the same with your start check.
No, mine's not aloof, unfortunately. That's okay. I've got a plan for this guy. That's okay.
So that's fine. That's 1 extra experience and you.
Okay. No bad thing. Well, Jenny, I appreciate the delving. I'm a little terrified, but I suppose we'll figure out what we need to do. Meanwhile, down in the hold...
There's another one.
What was that about there being another one? What was that?
No.
Well, I'll see if I survive first. We'll see how that goes down. Oh boy. Well, no, we should be okay. I think, yes, this is what's going to happen. Dexter is going to... He's got to really lean into his occult powers. I've got a whole bunch of actions planned here. Here we go. I'm going to try to use Blur to evade. Which, he's going to sort of use some of this energy and power coming off the aliens to just essentially become super speedy and try to reappear behind this constable to see if he can surprise him. Evade. I can use willpower. I get +1 skill value. If you succeed, spend a charge, take an additional action. So that's all good. So I'm evading at 7-2. That's a -1, right? Yeah, because that other card is gone. Phew. Yeah. Okay, so evaded. At my location, I spend a charge because I succeeded, and I can take an additional action. So he goes back. I'm going to fast pull out a gun. Dexter's been waiting to, he doesn't have like full military hardware, but he definitely keeps his .25 automatic around him just in case he gets, maybe mugged or something. Spend 1 ammo. Fight. If the attacked enemy is exhausted, you get +2 combat and deal +1 damage. So I'm going to try to shoot this guy in the back of the head.
Yeah.
Yup, 5-3. That's what I'm going to try to do. Here it comes. Pew! Yeah. So by using the magic to sort of like basically appear behind this guy, he then whips out a gun and blows him up, which feels pretty good. So, dead Star Constable. Now what? We need clues. That's what we need, right? Oh, Crosshair, I never put the curse tokens in the bag. I should have done that. Sorry, I'm putting them in now.
Oh, yeah.
I just, yeah. Well, you'll understand why. I'm going to try to... Do I want to just not bother with this location at all? Because of the alien intrigues? Maybe I just don't care. Alien intrigues. When you would discover clues, even if there are no clues, discover one fewer. Yeah. I'm gonna move. I'm gonna get a little closer to you, I think. So Dexter's gonna run out into the engine, or through the hole to the engine room, where he hopes that he can at least take up a slightly more defensible position. And then last action, I'm going to use divination to see if I can find anything down here. Use will, you get +1 skill value. If you succeed, spend some charges to discover clues. So I'm going to do that. I have 7-3. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, that's okay, still a success. I'm going to spend 2 charges to discover 2 clues. I succeeded by 0, so I have to choose and discard a card from my hand, which doesn't feel as nice.
Actually, you were 7-3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you drew a -4.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'll get these clues. At least I'm hoping this helps later. And then choose and discard a card from your hand. Well, okay, I'm not going to need both. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's a... Don't need this sword cane. And that is that.
Alrighty.
But now here's where things get interesting, right? This is the enemy phase. And so hunters hunt first. the Star Chamber Vanguards both like swoop down into the engine room. Not enough cover down here. They both hunt. And so...
All right, the Commandant is not a hunter.
Paximo, hello! Welcome to Doomed. I'm joined today by the Crosshair.
Hello.
Paximo, everyone is still alive. We had a great time exploring the ship, cracking safes, meeting mystical ladies, and all sorts of things. And then some scientists drew a big chalk symbol on the floor, and now there's aliens everywhere. Bad news. Very bad news. Star Chamber can't be damaged by players while this enemy is ready at any location. I am going to... Well, I have to take 2 damage and 2 horror, right?
Pretty much.
Yep, so 1 goes on him, 1 goes on me, 2 goes there, boom, done. Not ideal. And then, the end of the enemy phase, I'm putting a curse token in the bag, thank you. And, if this enemy is ready and unengaged, move it to the nearest location, which can be its own. Flip that location.
What's a free enemy?
I don't know. I think it's probably a trait, because I've never heard of it before. I guess we'll find out, right? Ah, that's correct reading, yeah. Let's, I'm just going to remove these to flip this. Ah, great. The crew quarters are deserted. The sailors armed and spread out around the ship battling alien invaders. In the mess hall, tables are upended and cutlery and crockery scattered and broken. Blood and the occasional body tell of the carnage that has been wrought here. Of the expedition's scientists, only the meteorologist and the biologist are anywhere to be found. They say that the others were carried off by those grotesque intruders to a fate unknown. Record the name Herr Dr. Lang in the campaign log under Missing. Place a horror token at this location. If each location has a horror token, advance to Agenda 4B. Otherwise, flip this card. Thank you. And then I'm going to just do a little missing thing here. So there's also a pile of abducted people who are under the missing name, but I didn't write them all down.
We flip this location.
Correct.
Yeah.
And if that makes sense, I feel like that means that we have, however many turns it'll take for the Star Chamber Commander to go and consume all of the different rooms. And Paximo, not yet. I'm not sure if Jenny Barnes took along Rita Young as a fun sort of tag-along or not. We'll have to find out. Thank you very much for the follow, Grey Ghost. Welcome to Doomed. I'm joined today by the Crosshair.
Hello.
All right, sorry. Yes, long story short. Here we go. So that's all done, which is great. And we're going to go... Oh, yep, sorry.
Yep.
It is upkeep time. Indeed, Grey Ghost. Indeed I do. Okay, well, that's good, actually. That's going to be nice. Keep that for later. I'll keep that for later. We got a 1 out of 2 Doom. Oh boy. And we have to, I guess, try to defeat these enemies ASAP. I don't know how that's going to go down, but we'll see how it goes. I'm going to draw an encounter card. Echoing Shrieks. Revelation, test Will 3. For each point you fail by, take a horror, or choose and discard a card from your hand. If you are at or connected to a location with an abomination enemy, which I'm sure... Oh! Interestingly. No, okay. So it doesn't get +1 difficulty, so despite the shrieks of both terror and alien languages echoing through the ship, Dexter's pretty good at maintaining a facade of bravery, so I'm just going to test 6 to 3 here. Good. No shrieks for me.
Taken by the sky.
Oh, it's your old favorite.
Yeah. Again, this white light comes out of the sky and is trying to currently take SS colonial power.
Mm-hmm. So this is... It just sits there. Test Combat 3. If you succeed, discard it, otherwise exhaust it. When the investigation phase ends, he is going to be abducted, which is kind of rough.
Yeah.
Okay. So not great, basically.
Like here. External power. Do we care?
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm gonna get to work on these beasties. I don't really know exactly what I'm gonna do about it, but I suppose I'll figure that out as I go. What about you, Crosshair? Do you have a plan? A thought? Oh, did I lose you? Oh.
No. Combat is a skill test anyway. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna play that. Maybe I should play that also. Yeah, it's all about the clues now.
Yep, I think so.
I have 4 here, so but you need help with those, I think.
Eventually, yeah. I'm gonna get to work sort of evading and then trying to shoot them or trying to hit them or whatever, just to start getting rid of them, because we can't damage the big boy until these guys are either defeated or exhausted. So the more the merrier, right?
Do you need help now?
No, I'm good for a turn for sure.
Okay. Because I'm thinking I could also put 2 bullets into the Star Chamber Superintendent.
Yeah, just engage, shoot, just shoot twin 45s, knock them down. That would be, I mean, that feels good.
Oh yeah, I need to engage it first.
Is that gonna work though? Because then also the colonel gets
I care. Well, first thing I'm gonna do is Jenny is gonna take out her trusted eye of the Jinn.
It's fun.
Because that's just exceptional.
Oh, it's just so exceptional. Exactly.
And with that, I guess I should try and save the colonel, even if he's been a bit of an ass.
Well, he gets you a clue every turn if you want to, right? I mean, spend an action. I guess it's pretty good, though. It's quite something.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna try the test with the Eye of Jinn, which means it's a 5. I have any... Not gonna use that one. Definitely not gonna use that one. Okay, so 5 on 3.
Okay.
3.
Okay, too bad. Well, it exhausts the thing at least, right? It exhausts the taken by the sky, so it doesn't go this turn at least. So there's that. Just to pull him down out of the sky a little bit, just like, get down here.
You're not getting away that easy.
Yeah, exactly. Where do you think you're going?
Guess I'll use the ability to get a clue. Like, whoop. More clues, the better.
Yep. Yeah, because exactly right. We'll be able to. Oh, actually, I suppose I could. I don't have to spend these clues to kill the big guy. I could spend them to... Nah, it feels better. Okay.
But yeah, that's me.
Okay, great. Well, I'm going to, once again, try to blur behind one of these things to at least maybe then be able to damage it. That seems like a good idea. So I'm going to blur. Once again, sort of Dexter's using his powers, which are temporary, right? He doesn't have a lot of, like, actual power. He just kind of is able to supercharge himself for short bursts of time. So I'm going to evade at 7-2. But he's going to show off a little bit to Mikolas. He's going to say, watch this. Which makes it 8-2, just because I think the resources won't be a bad thing. 8-2. Oh no. Well, I don't want to fail. So, I am going to take a damage and a horror, because these are elder things. Yep. No, not good. Oh, excellent, Kung Fu Fenris. I'm glad to hear you have food.
Luckily, it's only one.
Exactly. Using the incredible power that he has, he's able to sort of essentially quickly kind of leap off of a stairway and end up behind one of these creatures, which is spinning around, rotating its eyes individually, trying to find him. I still have 3 actions, so I'm going to try to shoot this thing. Don't really know if that's the best idea, but I think I do want to try to get rid of it, so I'm going to try to shoot it. Oof. Leftover rice. You making fried rice, Kung Fu Fenris?
That's the best.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you make rice and then you fridge the rice, and next day you just fry it in butter and...
Oh, it's just absolutely delicious. 5-2, or 5-4 doesn't feel great, if I'm being honest. But I don't really have a better choice, I don't think, either at this moment in time.
You could parlay the 2 damage, but you need all the damage.
Yeah, this is kind of my thought, is like maybe that's better just to save it and then keep trying to get clues. Oh, actually, you know what I'm going to do instead? I'm going to play out Sword Cane. So, in his other hand, quickly kind of drawing from the ether this beautiful bejeweled cane. After it enters play, immediately trigger its action without paying its cost to evade. Oh, gosh, Paximo, I didn't know that. That's exciting. I mean, fried rice is wonderful, and I understand a lot of traditions go into it as well. I'm going to evade 6-2 against the other guy, so I can do other stuff, hopefully. Yeah, 6-2. Let's do it. Excellent. Okay. So the flash of light from the sword cane and the other elder thing is evaded. Now, I'm thinking I'm going to try to get clues, and then I'm going to spend a bunch of them to hit the commander.
Yep, get some damage in.
Yeah, I'd like to be able to deal with these, you know, vanguards at some point, but like, you know, we'll do what we can. Okay, so I'm going to use divination to, again, try to investigate my location. With Will, I'm investigating at 7-3, and I'm going to see if I can get these clues. Dexter is focusing all of his power into sort of trying to find a way out of the engine room and try to figure out a way to, you know, convince people that he should be followed. 7-3, success. I'm going to spend both charges from divination to get 2 more clues. Which feels great. And then, Crosshair. I am going to put the music back on. There we go. And then, I'm going to spend my last action to parlay, and I'm going to spend 3 clues to basically, he's going to sort of get this little group of soldiers, a little squad, to rush up onto deck and start firing at the commander.
And they're Nazi soldiers, so they can die, so...
Yeah, whatever. Exactly. Okay, so hang on. Does that say... Deal that much damage to an enemy at a connecting location? Great. And then does this say anything that I should be worried about? When this... No. Okay, great. So I'm going to put 3 damage on it. That's 3 of the 12 that we need. Hooray!
Yeah.
We're getting there, right?
12. Okay.
Enemy phase. No hunters, no attacking. So, you're right, yep. And then this guy, if the enemy's ready to engage, move it to the nearest location without a horror token or free enemy on it. Flip that location. Yeah, back there maybe?
Yeah, might as well be the after castle.
Like, so that it has further to go to get to the rest of the ship.
Well, not really, because it moves to the nearest location anyway.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Oh, so it's all okay. So we basically have like 4 turns left or whatever, right? The
After that.
Oh, yeah, sorry, please go ahead.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
No, I'd love for you to read it.
The after castle seems relatively untouched by the ongoing battle. The soldiers are guarding more vital areas, and most of the scientists have evacuated to the state rooms in the superstructure. Those who didn't, though, are nowhere to be found. Frau Voigt cabin shows signs of a struggle. She is nowhere to be seen, and some of her arcane paraphernalia is missing. Record the name Frau Voigt in the campaign log under missing. Place a horror if each location has a horror. All that fun
Right.
stuff.
So then, yeah, like I'm just preparing myself for the eventuality. It has 4 more locations 5 more to go to. But
Right,
once it
yeah.
goes to the 5th, then that's I think that's probably game over.
Yep. And there's the... Well, we'll find out right.
Oh yeah, I suppose we're about to find out what that's doing. Upkeep? Did I upkeep?
Oh,
No,
great.
upkeep. There we go. Something good? Okay.
something to waste, I guess.
Yeah. Can we do okay, great. Just looking.
Actually, no.
So,
Actually good, but... yeah.
knocking on the hull. Advances. Oh my god! It's the subglacial Soggoth! This is an abomination monster. Here you go, Crosshare. This is a free enemy.
Ah.
Wow. So this is a 4 health, 4 damage, 24 health. 48. Spawns at the aft holds, massive. Rival, elder thing. We're going to look up the rules for that, but I think it means it, like, attacks, elder things. Enemies with scaling health deal investigator times damage to other enemies with scaling health. So anything that has health that scales, this thing does double damage to.
Yeah.
Forced. When the enemy phase begins, ready this enemy. Discard all clue tokens at its location. Move it 1 location towards the Star Chamber Commander. 2 victory, but 24 health.
24 damage.
Can you just shooting little pea shooters down into the water? I have to say, this is easily the biggest enemy I've ever seen in this game. That has health. I mean, obviously the like ancient ones don't have health, so you can't, the old ones.
Okay.
I mean, the old gods.
So, arrival.
Yes, let's go look that up. And that goes to the aft hold, but I will sit back up here to enemies attacking enemy. Rival. Enemy with rival will attack, and it doesn't have hunter, but yeah, other enemies that match the traits. While an enemy with the rival keyword is at a location with one of its unengaged adversaries, the rival has aloof. So it doesn't attack us. And similarly, while an adversary is at a location with one of its rivals, the adversary has aloof. So, if that makes sense, basically when there's 2 rivals at the same location, they're both aloof because they're fighting each other. When enemies resolve attacks during the enemy phase, rivals that are ready and unengaged attack one of its adversaries, and each adversary which is ready and unengaged attacks one of its rivals. A rival or adversary which is massive does not gain aloof. Fine. Okay, fine. Rivals at a location with their adversaries don't hunt because they're, fighting their adversaries. A rival with hunter treats his adversaries as investigators when choosing which location to move to. Okay. enemies attacking enemies. They just kind of explain what it means. But it deals damage equal to damage, not horror, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then, like it says on the card, which is a bit weird, but anything that has health per investigator is a boss enemy, which is true. I mean, that makes sense. When a boss deals damage to another boss enemy, multiply that damage by the number of players in the game.
So, essentially this Subglacial Shoggoth and Star Chamber Commander deal 4 damage against each other.
To each other, so they're trying to, oh my god. Just trying to destroy each other. Just incredible. I wonder if we're supposed to defeat it, though, or if we're just supposed to... Well, oh no, I guess Act 2A is still... Okay, actually, hang on. Let's read Agenda 4A, and then we'll see where we get to. Yep. The Thing from Below. A colossal being reminiscent of the thing that pursued you through the Boston subway, but perhaps 10 times the size, pours up onto the hold through a hole that it has torn in the hull. Mercifully, its bulbous mass plugs the hole, but this is lost on the dozens of crewmen that it ensnares with the mouths and tentacles that form along its surface. From every mouth comes a hideous, shrieking, cacophonic cry, Tekalili. Tekalili. When the place doom step of the Mythos phase ends, which it's already ended for this round, remove all doom from play. For each doom removed, discard 2 clues from play. Okay. So every round this thing is basically stealing clues from the board. But I don't really, like, won't this thing just kill the Star Chamber Commander for us?
Yeah,
oh, I guess...
Not...
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's a lot happening here, that's for sure. When a rebel, blah, 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 when they resolve attacks, each round. Okay, but okay, hang on. So I just want to make sure I understand correctly here. The Subglacial Shoggoth is rivals with all of the Elder things. It doesn't hunt, though, but when the enemy phase begins, move it towards the Star Chamber Commander. So it's trying to kill that thing, and it will do 4 damage to it.
And then it will do 4 damage to it.
Yeah, exactly. And they would be at the same location. Although, right, the Star Chamber Commander is still basic. I think it's still able to go to other locations and flip them with horror.
Yeah.
Pretty horrible.
Because the Subglacial Shoggoth doesn't move. Oh, well, yeah, it does.
It does, yeah,
But
exactly. It's all very confusing.
next turn, we're gonna move the Star Chamber Commander to the Shoggoth anyway, I think.
Yeah, I guess when the enemy phase comes up, we'll make sure we know, like, this happens and this happens, and we'll figure that out.
Yeah.
Naturally, of course, we also have to draw encounter cards. So oh, wait, no, hang on. We did Upkeep, right? Yeah, we did our Upkeep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, in that case, I am going to draw myself a little Mythos. Dark Dreams! I don't need no Dark Dreams right now. This is an emergency. Dexter slumps down into the middle of the ship and sort of like starts to rock back and forth. What did you find?
Because the superintendent has a constable with him.
Bang, bang.
So there's constable now here. Should we... small toilet?
Yeah.
Maybe?
I think so. I think it's been... Yeah, I try to get that every little once in a while. Thanks for sticking with us, everybody, as we enter this last phase of Godzilla? Beast on beast wars in the ocean. I wonder if we're going to survive this. We'll see you again very shortly. We're taking a quick break, and we're going to be right back. Good? Good. See you soon. Hello, and welcome back once again to Doomed. Not so solo playthroughs through Arkham Horror, the card game with a focus on roleplay storytelling and large monsters fighting each other at sea. At least today, that's the plan. Welcome back. We're excited to be here. We're excited to be back. We've got all sorts of horrible enemies, card effects on the board. It is wild to keep track of what's happening. But Jenny and Dexter... Oh, so sorry, Crosshair. Yes? Hello?
Yeah, to say the least.
To say the least, yes, absolutely. But the path forward is clear. The creature that was summoned in the ship's staterooms needs to be destroyed. And then I'm sure hoping we don't have to flip over the act and go, also defeat the Shoggoth. Like, that's my hope.
Yeah.
That's my hope.
Okay.
All right, it's back around. We drew our Mythos cards. Yeah, okay. So, what do you want to do?
Well, first I have to get rid of this constable.
Yeah, get him out of there. Oh, I took up your offer, Crosshair. Not your offer, your suggestion. I'm also drinking a bit of whiskey myself. I think we need it.
Yeah.
All right, let's take this constable down. Let's get him.
I'm thinking... Yeah. Because I want to get that done, so I'm gonna try to get a kill on the Star Chamber Commander. Definitely. It's still a bit away.
Yeah. It is.
Basically, I can also wait that it comes here.
Yeah, build up some clues, and then basically we'll try to. Hopefully, I'll have dealt with the Vanguard by then, or like at least one of them, and then we can try to coordinate to just dump a bunch of clues onto the commander all at once. Maybe that'll be enough.
Oh yeah, I could come and kill those Vanguards also.
Well, you
because
know.
then we're free to do anything.
It would be good. I think I'm gonna try to handle one of them this turn at least. That would be good.
Yeah, I'm a bit away still, but oh, first things first. Let's kill one Star Chamber Constable.
He's coming to drag away Henry Armitage. You know?
That or Bauer.
Yeah. Jenny's just like, nope.
Nope. He's already been taken away by the aliens.
We don't need this too, buddy.
So, do I want to use the Eye of Jinn on the Twin 45s?
Well, it would definitely boost your attack by 2, right? So that's not bad for sure.
7 on 3 or 5 on 3.
Yeah.
What
am I going to do here? I'm thinking about Dexter's turn in the meantime, if that's alright with you.
Yep. Actually, that's one. Because I also want that. Screw it.
Hooray!
Yeah. Jenny's just gonna fuck her Twin 45s and like there's already enough people here. Fuck off.
Yeah, basically. Did you say Shoggoth or fuck off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of
Good answer.
combination. And I'm gonna use the Eye of Jinn on this. So that's a 5, 7 on 3.
Bam. Blam.
Bang.
I'm just saying blam.
Bang, bang.
Bang, bang. Ooh. That's good, right? That's fine.
Yeah, -1.
Oh, delicious.
Cool. That's one dead constable in the pile of bodies.
Yeah, lying at the feet of the superintendent, just having a little smoke, just kind of going, I see, I see, I don't know what I'm dealing with.
Should I try to still keep power around?
I mean, he's got soak.
Yeah.
No bad thing.
Well, let's test 3 on 3.
Because you never know, right? Ooh.
Nope.
Well, all right. I mean, still, right?
Still, is sticking around. I guess just get another clue.
Yeah. I mean, let's build him up, right? We can only use sort of 3 at a time, but I'm sure that'll be very useful to have later.
Me.
All right. I think I'm going to attempt to have like a power turn here. Let's see what I can do. Dexter is getting like he's surrounded by these creatures. Oh, it says the alien beings constantly communicate in a cacophony of whistles and piping noises, and I just think Dexter in this moment is sort of realizing that he can come into his own, combine his own charisma with his magical abilities to not just shoot fire from his fingertips, but rather his power is in the speed at which he can do things and surprising people. So, free trigger. I'm going to discard divination to play haste for 2. Haste allows me to exhaust haste after I take a certain kind of action twice to take it again. So, one of the types of actions is activate. So I'm going to activate a bunch of cards and just hope that that's good enough. Let's do it. I'm going to use Blur to evade one of these Star Chamber Vanguards. 7 to 2. Ooh. Now here's a question. Here's a question for you, Cross. Here's a rules question. I'm in the middle of using the action on Blur. This token symbol interrupts, like, the skill test. Like, I have to resolve the token first. If I get rid of Blur, does it disappear? Does the effect stop working? I just don't know. It's really interesting to me.
The Blur activation says that for this evasion attempt you may use But you can't take because you need to succeed to get the additional action.
Right, and I need to spend the charge if I succeed. So yes, it needs to stay in play. That's fine. Okay, so I won't return anything to my hand because I think I want everything, but I am gonna... Oh, yep.
Unless you want to return it and not take the additional action, but...
I think here that's probably going to be worth a bit more, and I don't have a ton of money, so... But that sounds...
Yeah.
That sounds good to me, but I will spend my last resource to get that action back. I'll draw a card from the thing. The thing! From my ability. Okay, so first action was Blur, which evades one of these guys. Pow! Second action, I'm going to activate my Sword Cane to try to evade the other one. Let's do it. Oh, no, wait, hang on. Is that what I want to do? Ooh, I'm just thinking about how this works. Yes. No. I'm going to activate the Sword Cane to fight. So, fight. You may use your willpower, and I'm... Okay, so that's... Here we go. Commit this. 8 to 4. I'm fighting the one that I'm currently engaged with. Let's do it. So, Dexter is just like an absolute blur of motion as he sort of... He's like the Flash. He's running around. He's stabbing things with swords. He's got his gun out. He's trying to deal with these enemies as best he can. It's 8 to 4. 1 damage. I can exhaust haste to take another activate action, which I will. I will activate the 25. Bam! To try to attack the exhausted Star Chamber Vanguard at 5-4, which I'll do. That's good. That's great.
Okay.
Bam! To 2 damage goes there. Next action. For my next trick, Spectral Razor, the flame comes out of the arm again, as I'm going to attempt to kill the one that I'm engaged with. So this is 9-4. And I just have to go with it. Skull minus, what, 3, I think? Yeah, 4, minus 3? Minus 4? Yeesh, minus 4. Okay, still good. Okay, so I've killed that one. Done. One of them's dead, Crosshair. I got one of them. And the other one... Do I try to finish the other one off? I think so.
Yep.
Yup. Yup. Get it done. I'm going to try to fire off one last shot to at least frighten this thing away, if not outright destroy it. So I'm just 5-4. Not great, but we'll try it. Ah, okay, that's fine. That's okay. Too bad. Whew. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Now, I gotta read all these cards super carefully. I think the Shoggoth goes first.
Yeah.
What does it
When
say?
the enemy phase begins.
Discard all clues from its location. Wow. Well, whatever. Dude. Disaster City. Okay. Gone.
And then
Yeah.
it moves towards that one.
Okay. So then it is now the enemy phase, so they're each going to deal, because he's rival is the elder thing, so they're each going to deal 4 damage to each other.
Yeah.
Which feels
So
crazy town. There's a huge beast sort of slamming up out of the ship, trying to, destroy this other alien being.
and the accursed follower is just like, just as I planned.
Exactly. This is all happening according to plan. I think that's really funny.
The superintendent stays still, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then the commander moves
Yes.
to aft hold.
Oh boy. What did you call me?
Yeah.
Oops, sorry. I'll do that.
And then flip it.
Let's do it. I'll read this one, you read the next one. If there's a next one, of course, I should say. A handful of bodies in the upper holds show where defending, or perhaps hiding, members of the crew failed to fight off the alien invaders. Nearby, many of the crates have been torn or cut open. Many more are simply missing, with no indication how they were removed, with the main hatches sealed shut. You try to quickly assess what's missing, but a complete inventory is impossible while the conflict rages. Some of what is very obviously missing includes canned food, clothing, weapons, and tents. That is really bad, and I'm sure that's going to come back to bite us in the butt. Record in the campaign log that essential tools and supplies were stolen.
Yep, that's gonna come back.
Oh, yeah. Where are we here? Essential tools and supplies were stolen. Okay. And we've added a curse token. Just cuz, just for funsies. Put a horror on this location. Great.
Actually, I get 2 clues. Then,
Sorry?
if I get 2 clues next turn, then I can kill the commander.
Yeah, I mean...
Because
Yeah.
I'll have 6 clues. And I really want to kill him because I have things.
Spend 1 to 3 clues, parlay, deal that much damage to an enemy. Oh, Crosshair. Sorry, I assumed this parlay only worked on, like, the aliens. but it just says deal that much damage to an enemy at your location. Or a connecting location. So, I mean, do we want to try to deal with the superintendent as well? Because I know how much you love the victory points.
Yep. And there's a, the card that I have that I don't know if we can discuss cards that we have. I think we can.
Yeah, there's I don't know exactly what the table talk rules are, but I do know what you're referring to.
Yeah. So I do want to do that also.
Well, yeah, if I'm just thinking ahead. He's going to take another 4 damage from the beastie.
Yeah, true.
And then he'll have 1 health left, and we can just try to,
Yeah, I can then kill it.
That would be beautiful.
I can actually kill it without using any clues.
Oh, that's good. Oh, yeah. Yes, I suppose you can. Okay. Well, we're around to upkeep. We finally got through that horrible, beastly enemy phase. I don't know what's going to happen once we've, defeated the Star Chamber Commander, but we'll see, I guess.
We could also try to kill the subglacial Shoggoth.
Well, I'm honestly wondering if the back of the next act says, destroy the subglacial... I'm honestly wondering if that's something we have to do. Maybe not.
Yeah. I want the victory point from the commander, not the Shoggoth.
Yeah, no, agreed. Yeah, we can leave that one. That's okay. Upkeep? Just because, that's nice. Ooh, that might be good, actually. That might be very good.
That's really good. Yeah.
We go to 1... Oh, right. We go to 1 Doom, but then we remove it, and we discard 2 clues from a location. I'm going to remove them from here, yeah.
Yep.
Because those are going away anyway. Subglacial Shoggoth is the nickname for my ex. My goodness gracious reading. It's pretty good, though. Yeah. I'm going to draw an encounter card. Great. Sure. Dexter Drake's PTSD is raging. These aliens remind him of things that he saw during the Great War that he can't unsee, and the dreams continue to haunt him. Oh. And Jenny, sure.
Dreams of a sinking ship. Jenny is back on the previous ship she was on.
Mm-hmm.
These abominations try to sink it.
Yep. Oh boy.
Okay, so I don't need clues anymore to kill the commander. But I should get clues to...
Yeah, Jenny can kind of organize a raiding party against the superintendent, potentially, but also, do what makes the most sense. I'm thinking about my turn here.
Yeah, because I only need 1 clue for the commander round.
Mm-hmm.
So I can do... Not an elite. Oh, cool. Yes, I know.
Hmm?
I have a plot.
Ah, good. All right. Well, I'll let you go for it first, and I'll try to deal with this guy on my turn. This guy.
Yeah. Jenny is just gonna discuss the situation with the superintendent.
Of course. Oh, why not? Oh, that kind of discussion.
Yeah. With the help of Colonel Power and Armitage.
Blam, 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 blam.
They're discussing just how to throw this superintendent over the bow of the ship.
I love that. What do you think, Professor? Well, I think we should toss him from the top deck. So good.
3 damage. Then he calls in an old... Just a small favor.
Just a small favor. No big deal. No big deal.
Yeah. And from somewhere in the ship, a shot rings out,
Blam.
and the superintendent falls down.
Excellent.
And he can be aloof as he wants because none of that damage came from engaging it.
So, such an interesting scenario. Like, all these rules are so mind-bending. Anyway. Yeah.
Okay, and one more left, and the commander will move to either engine room or bridge. So, oh right, but I should probably
Yeah.
see that colonial power doesn't get taken away by the aliens.
I mean, like, ideally you should, yeah.
Yeah.
You do what you want to do. I'm not going to stop you.
So that's 3 and 5. Curse is 3 on 3, but the Eye of Jinn gives me an extra action.
Ah, okay. Well, you still get your... Oh, yeah. Sorry. And then you can draw another token just in case you get a 0 or whatever. I mean, who knows? Oh, nope. No, okay. Never mind. I shouldn't have said anything. I'm so sorry.
Okay, let's take that away. But I do have one action left then,
That's good.
which means I could test... Oh no, that exhausts. Which means...
Do you need to come closer to fight the Star Chamber Commander next turn?
I'm just gonna hop over to the bridge where it all started.
Your favorite place, Jenny. Your favorite place.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
I'm just hoping that there's not a flip card that says all investigators are defeated.
I mean, well, yeah, I wouldn't put it past this game, but you're right, yeah. If the Star Chamber Commander is defeated, advance. Yeah, I think that's what we're aiming for, right? It might say something about, if the Shoggoth is still in play, it swims away and it growls at you, or it'll be back, or whatever, I don't know, something. Who knows, but we definitely want to try to deal with that guy next round. Okay, but that does mean I do have to deal with the Vanguard this round. So, I'm going to try to evade it, and I'm going to try to fight it. Seems unlikely, but we got to try. Right?
There's a chance.
There's a chance. So with the Sword Cane, we're going to try to dazzle this beast. Dexter's blur juice has run out, his ability to make himself super speed has run out, but he still has the ability to dazzle with the weapons that he has. So 6-2. Try to sure. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's fine.
Bye.
Actually though, that is a bit of a isn't ideal. I guess I'll just try to evade it normally. I'd love more clues, but I think I just have to deal with this guy, right? So I'll try to evade it again at 2-2. That's good. That's great. I'm gonna take Blur back to hand. I'm gonna draw a card. And I will succeed. And then last action. Ooh, actually. No, that's already there. I could exhaust haste to evade again, but that doesn't do anything. So I'm gonna try to shoot him. Okay. We're fighting. We're trying to get this shot off. It's 5-4. I'm gonna commit this ward of protection to be 6. Blam! Oh, delicious. A small shot rings out. I really like that the 25 comes in like a small little clutch. Obviously Dexter has it up his sleeve, but I do like it. A shot rings out, and the alien finally falls down, defeated. Phew. So that is my turn. Done. Okay. We know how this goes, I think, right? Yeah, that goes there. Whoop. Oh, ooh. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez, sorry.
Come on.
Come on. Oh. Oh, actually, no, these clues don't vanish, do they?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, yes, they do.
Good.
Yeah, discard all clues at its location. That's fine. Then move it. Then, yeah, you're going to update all of those.
That goes to 11.
Woo!
All the way up to 11.
A lot of damage there. Okay.
Just whole ship shaking while these two duke it out.
These absolutely massive enemies battling each other out. Yeah, exactly. Okay, great. No other hunters or anything, no other damage. So, yeah, we're gonna, yep, exactly. And then this guy, I believe, is gonna go to me.
That or the... Oh, no.
I think it has to,
right.
somewhere where it hasn't been. Okay. Ah, yes, this one's you.
True. Nothing immediately untoward in the engine room. It is as noisy and chaotic as ever. Here and there lies a dead crewman, however, and one of the gantries is slippery with blood. Oh, right. Here and there lies a dead crewman, however, and one of the gantries is slippery with blood. Pronunciation, people. Your relief, the engine and boilers have not been sabotaged, despite how easy it would have been to do so. The stocks of spare parts have been raided and are almost empty. Oh. Again.
Oh boy.
And are almost empty though, and any serious damage will be impossible to repair. Record in your campaign log that spare engine and boiler parts were stolen.
Oh boy.
Then horror token, flip card, blah blah blah.
Okay. Oh boy. Alright, well, it's aloof, but I'm here with it just being like, Dexter's confronted by this beast, and he's just kind of like, don't anybody move. We go to Upkeep. Oh, no! Something horrible! Something horrible!
Oh dear.
I mean, I guess it's not that bad. I'll just figure it out.
8 cards, that's fine.
Alright, we go 1 Doom, but then we immediately remove it. We have to discard 2 clues from play. Yep, that sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Doesn't really make a big deal, I don't think, at this point. Well, sorry, I shouldn't say that, because we don't know. We'll draw some encounter cards here, and we'll see if more dark dreams threaten Dexter Drake. Nope. Oh, no! Oh! Okay, damn it.
Okay.
I'll handle this thing.
God damn it.
That is rough. I will handle... Oh, God. Well, of course I'll handle it. It's mine.
Oh yeah, it only needs to be evaded.
Yes. Correct. So,
Yeah.
we'll deal with that to start, and then we'll go from there.
Maybe I'll get one too. No, it's just a massacre.
Just horrible. There's so much... What a, like, incredibly thematic sort of assault on this ship. It's just been brutal.
Yeah, the breach is full of dead people also, because of course it is.
As you do. Alright.
But there was a platoon of soldiers here, so
right.
plenty to go around.
I think we've just got a couple left now, basically. Oh boy. Unless you have a special plan or something, I think I need to start. Because I want to try to get rid of this, or evade this guy at least on my turn, and then I'll let you deal the coup de grace.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting because the act will advance, and I probably won't have a chance to play the card.
Oh, that's a good point.
See.
That's actually a really good point. Sorry, I didn't even think about that. I hope you do, but I guess if you don't, then you don't, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Dexter's... This is a very strange thematic moment, but I think it's starting to make sense. Some papers that Dexter's been carrying around since the Great War, the papers that in fact inspired him to begin his mystical journey in the first place, the thing that he's always wanted to know, that he always keeps sewn into an inside pocket. Now that he's so close to the Star Chamber Commander, they begin to glow and burn him. He tries to tear open the pocket to get them out. So I'm going to free trigger, discard the gun, because it's out of ammo, to play Occult Scraps, which is a really interesting design, Crosshair. I think you'll like that. So, like, I have to use my ability over 2 turns to get rid of it, right? Basically. Or rather, yeah. I'd like to. But for now, it's got -1. Let's just use the sword cane, just to see if I can evade it. At 5 to 2, I'll just do that, and then we'll see where we get. 5 to 2. Oh, uh-oh. That's take an attack, right? I think that's... Oh, whoa, hang on. This other thing's also an elder thing. Hang on, what does this do? Okay, an elder thing enemy at your location attacks you. That's fine.
Yeah, either or.
Yeah, the despite the fact that the sort of gleam of the sword does indeed stun the vanguard, it lashes out and it strikes Dexter and he stumbles to the ground. So I will evade this. And then this thing is aloof. I guess what am I gonna do? Like, do I need to do anything?
Get out.
Yeah, get out of there just in case it explodes, right? Yeah, that's a great idea. I'm gonna run up on deck and finally reunite with Jenny. And then last action...
Have fun?
It was something. And then last action, I guess, why the hell not? I'm gonna just play Blur out from my hand.
Yeah.
So I may as well just have it out, you know. And over to you.
Well, the last remaining soldiers on the bridge are taking orders from Jenny as Dexter appears, and Jenny is just ordering them with the help of the colonel power. You men shall go down there and kill that thing. If you don't, and you come back, I will kill you myself.
Charge!
And the last clue token to deal the 1 damage to the Star Chamber Commander, taking it to 12 damage, and... Oh.
And you are correct. It says if it is defeated, advance. So we will, then we will see what it does. Act 2B. Commander downed. If the subglacial Shoggoth is still in play, with a cacophonous scream of triumph, the oozing colossus tears the head from the alien leader. Ugh. Seemingly satisfied, it rapidly withdraws through the ship, squeezing out through the hole it tore on the way in. The crew rush to seal the aft hold before the ship floods. Resolution 1.
Oh, interesting. It only has same thing happens, but the resolution is different.
Yeah.
This is an interesting question. Do I still get to end my turn, or does it end there?
I feel like the rules as written would say, you know, R1 means like go immediately to resolution 1. I'm not sure how you feel about the idea of like, oh, I'll just take this like little bit of experience. That could be a good time. Hello, Fierce. Welcome to Doomed. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm joined today on Doomed by the Crosshair.
Hello.
We're just wrapping up the scenario for the evening, actually.
I'm not
crazy.
I'm not gonna need it, but I'm just gonna show people that there was this card.
Which, if this art is anything to go by, is exactly what is happening on the ship right now.
Yeah, it's only one additional experience for me. Because it's you earn one additional. Oh, it's a victory display after all. Yeah.
Okay. But I mean, you know.
We can check it later.
Yeah.
Like, can you play cards after the resolution? And that means we get one less experience or one more, but
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think
It's-
you get one. Yeah, one less or one more, right? I think it's
actually it's victory display, so
you earn one additional. Yep. Well, we'll keep that in mind just because I'm not 100% sure, but we will zip on down and read resolution 1. I think it was. Oh, if no resolution was reached. Oh, no. Yikes. Oh. If it is oh god, resolution 1. There we go. The remains of the alien commander are a grisly sight. The huge barreled torso is surmounted with a grotesque splattered wound where the head seems to have been hideously sucked from the body. Record in your campaign log that the commander's headless corpse was recovered. Skip to resolution 4. Crosshair, can you read resolution 4 for me, unless it's like really long or something? I just want to write that down while I have a moment.
Yep. Well, it's not too long.
Okay.
Taking stock of the situation, the expedition is in bad shape.
Yeah.
Crew, soldiers, and scientists are dead, wounded, or missing. Supplies have been stolen and equipment damaged. But Herr Schmeth seems jubilant. This is excellent, he says. Proof of non-human beings here on Earth. Such power. I am more confident than ever in the value and rightness of this expedition. You, he points at your group, come with me. You are experts on the supernatural, or you claim to be. I have something supernatural for you. Record in your campaign log that the ship survived the aliens' attack.
The ship survived. Say that again, sorry.
The ship survived the alien attack.
Oh, great. Well, that's good. And we recovered the commander's headless corpse. Ugh. I was just writing that stuff. I had to get a new note card out. There's going to be so much here. I have to scroll down here. Okay, well, this is exciting.
Oh, there was a bit of stuff in the chat.
Yeah. Sorry. So I should just jump in reading. Thank you for chatting with Fierce. Honestly, I think it's like, some fun stuff. It's a little unfortunate just given the subject material of today's stream. I was like not really feeling it, especially 2 minutes before the end. So, we'll see if Fierce comes back.
We got the title of each card in the abducted pile, even non-story assets in the campaign log under missing. Nobody went abducted, I think.
No, but we did lose a couple people based on the rooms that were taken. But that's okay. Still did pretty well. I wrote them down. That's fine.
If SS Colonel Bauer, no.
Phew.
It's in the victory display. That son of a bitch survived.
Oh,
Record his name in the campaign log under deceased. Each investigator earns experience equal to the victory X value of each card in the victory display. Proceed to interlude 2, the autopsy.
Ooh. Let's have a quick look at experience then, shall we? Because I think you got us some extra because of the delving, which was very nice.
Yeah, and the superintendent.
Yes, exactly. Well, thanks for that.
So, that's 5. And current support, of course, gives me 2 more, so I get 7.
A classic.
And the let God sort them out might give us 1 more, but...
Yeah, but we're not 100% sure how that kind of goes down.
Yeah, it does go into the victory display, and you earn experience based on the victory display, so you would get it too.
Okay. Yeah, that does make sense.
But I'll check it out, and we'll see.
We'll see, exactly. I mean, I'm still quite pleased. 5 XP is nothing to sniff at, so I'm pretty happy about that. And the autopsy is quite long as an interlude, so I think we'll leave it for next time, or maybe a little bonus. Who knows?
Like,
Whew.
he survived. I might
Question mark?
I might get rid of Karen's Opal at this point.
Yeah. I mean, you made the deal with the ferryman, so maybe he has to come collect, you know?
Yeah, it's like I could get rid of it from my deck and like just by replacing it, I think.
I actually don't know. I've never tried to replace a permanent card, so I don't know. To be honest,
I'll check that too.
Yeah, that's because otherwise, I guess that's what you're dealing with.
Yeah,
but then you'll have a lot of experience for like the best allies and like the best money and like all the best cards. So that's not bad.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be interesting trying to spend 7 experience on something.
Oh yeah. There's upgraded stuff that you can. Yeah. There's tons for sure. I'm sure we'll figure something out. Thank you to all the viewers for joining us today on a very exciting session of Doomed. I feel like I loved the first half, especially where we got to sort of investigate and kind of sneak around and figure things out. We got special abilities, and then in the second half it was a monstrous destruction attack, and we had to do our best.
Yeah, and as always, the caveat comes like, we might have flubbed something up, but it's not about that.
No, it's about the story and how we're able to tell it together. I'm really excited to find out what happens when they, because I think they're gonna, dissect the Star Chamber Commander and see what secrets it reveals. But then beyond that, I don't know.
And then we are screwed when we get to Antarctica and...
Yeah, exactly, right?
I'm quite sure it's possible to kill the Soggoth also.
Oh, yeah. And I just wonder why. Like, I mean, well, victory too, I guess. But is it going to come back later and we're going to regret not having killed it?
And there's the whole different resolution and stuff like that. But
right.
To find that out, you have to play yourself.
Yeah, pretty much, eh? Well, I mean, there you go, folks. I'm also going to sign off because I got some other stuff to do this evening. But thank you for joining us on Doomed. Tomorrow, we've got Punchy Book Club at 1 o'clock Eastern over on Elizabeth's channel. And then at 5, which is pretty wild when I think about the travel involved. Anyway, you can join us on RPG Clinic for a bit more King's Dilemma. And then streams throughout the week. I stream on Tuesdays. We've got John, we've got Liz, we've got the Coolian, we've got me again, and all sorts of stuff through the week. But of course, you can join the Crosshair and I in 1 week's time, I think. Crosshair, remind me to talk to you about timing because I'm not sure about next week, but we'll figure it out. You can join us again real soon for some more Doomed. Any last words of wisdom, Crosshair?
Oh, I got this form of rats on me.
Oh, classic.
How fitting.
It's very fitting.
This was fun, and, well, we survived.
Which, I mean, normally I'd be like, yeah, I guess, that's okay. Considering the Charon's Obol toting Jenny deck over here. It's not a bad thing at all.
Nope.
Nothing bad at all. Well, thanks so much for joining us, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of the week, and we'll see you again real soon on Doomed. Ta-ta!
Bye-bye.